really bad. I tried to get this epic boon that was like immunity to foot fungus, but apparently that only works if you don't already have it.
So
we just all have foot fungus.
Yeah, that one.
Canonically.
Immunity to foot fungus. Oh wait, we're live. Hello, everybody.
Oh, I hate this game.
We missed you.
already started with the squeaky toy.
Oh no. Okay, he knows we're live. He knows what the word live means.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's made that one of the 14 words he knows.
we missed you,
true.
Madi.
It's like that, chicken, and walk.
How long's it been? Has it been a month?
I think it's been a month.
Shit.
Since Maddie's been on the channel?
Yeah, I think it's been a month since Maddie's been.
Oh my god. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm old now.
Welcome
okay?
back.
We missed you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm back, fam.
And on that note, I'll let
you and I did have that one shot where it was just the couple of us, and we weren't streaming it recently. Yeah.
I have existed recently, just not.
Just not here.
I'll let Maddie start with introducing her character and all.
Oh god. Okay. Well, the person you're all about to meet, you may have heard of as the mortal shepherd or the Raven's Eye. But her mortal name was Ysha, and she still responds to that occasionally. She's kind of like middlingly tall, kind of normal looking, like at first glance. But the first thing you would notice is that she's kind of very gaunt and a little bit gray, and there's no color in her like whatsoever. Maybe her eyes are a little bit blue, but apart from that, she's just kind of like ashen gray in her skin color. She wears a lot of like tattered gray and black clothes, and there's just like feathers everywhere. And she also is wearing this crown that I made. Hello. Yes, she is a warlock, and she's a faithful servant of the Raven Queen. And you might have heard of her being a shepherd to people who are avoiding their destiny or who have kind of been led astray from what their soul is meant to do. And that's her.
Okay. On that note, Miss Squeaker's cat can go next.
I like that it's your fault, even though there's two people in the room.
I know. I just like to tease.
He's literally staring at us with the tail wagging as fast as possible.
They had like slasher. They had slasher movie stuff going on. They had like freaking hockey mask chainsaw guy chasing them, and freaking squeaking is in the background. It was great.
I was briefly there for that.
Chainsaws are back. Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Kat.
So, Althea Silverhart is known as a arcane paladin throughout the Forgotten Realms or throughout Faerun. She's a knight. She carries a heavy wooden staff with a sort of amethyst at the top that's like surrounded by roots. She's known because she single-handedly stopped a horde of fiends pouring through a gate somewhere on the Sword Coast, pretty much single-handedly, raining down fire from the skies and smiting everything that got past her.
Cool. And then I guess Kevin's turn next.
All right. So I am Erdan the Canary. He got the nickname because every good thief needs a calling card, but he was poor at the start of his adventure. So he went to a card company, and they just happened to have cards that had Canary on them in bulk because there was a messed up order, so they couldn't sell them. So I got them at a discount. So that is why he's called the Canary, because he was cheap.
That is so amazingly specific.
He is a relatively short drow, nondescript. Really doesn't stand out at all. Most people forget he exists. He is from the world of Mystara, which is also known as the known world. A world most people have forgotten in the years since Basic Edition. And he has traveled the plains doing many great things, which he can tell the group later when they ask.
What tales do you think they would have heard of this legendary Canary?
Some tales are, I believe, he stole the iron gates of Dis. He stole the other eye of Vecna. He once ate soup with a fork.
Madness.
The most heinous crime of all.
I like to imagine he's just like in the Underdark, and he's just like sitting one leg over top of the other crossed, and he's got like a chalice with like really nice drow wine or something. And it's just like a drow esquisse.
Most interesting drow in the gnome.
Drist is
in
just
the background, there's just like a guy with two swords staring sadly on.
with his piercing purple eyes.
God.
Anyway.
No, you said it wrong. It's piercing lavender orbs.
Ah, right.
Oh.
It is mentioned almost every other line in the book. Literally.
And last but definitely not least, Blake.
Orebeth is Orebeth. Orebeth was from the Forgotten Realms. Orebeth was responsible for helping the new Lord of Murder become the Lord of Murder. Was not a god when Orebeth knew him. But Orebeth helped him kill a couple dragons and demons, and then another dragon, and then there was that demon. Then we killed the high priest of the former Lord of Murder because she thought to steal the power. That was dangerous. There were a lot of beholders for some reason. But Orebeth is good at speaking to things from the deep dark now. Orebeth also speaks to the Lord of Murder, whenever the Lord of Murder wants to, usually involving the decorations of his throne room.
Nice. Okay. So, what would your day-to-day interactions be, you think, being borderline demigods that you are?
What I would do every day.
Steal 1 million gold every day.
And then
Make
blow
it
it all, and then blow it all gambling.
See if the Thay realize that you switched their treasury with another nation's treasury.
Oh,
Awesome.
We minted all these
Just a
coins,
break.
but it would suck if they were over here.
Just take this phylactery and just put it over on this side of the world, and just see what happens.
Just for the lulz.
Just for the lulz.
you just collect phylacteries, not to destroy them, just to have them.
Just to have it.
You just have like a wall of
A hoarder of phylacteries.
Just a big wall of indestructible objects.
There's an episode of like Hoarders where they're like, what is all of this shit? And you're like,
He heard rumors of a death curse in some far-off jungle somewhere, and he found this tomb where there were just a bunch of phylacteries, and he took all of them.
Some idiot left them sit around, so he took them all.
I took the whole
now we
tomb.
know where to go
He took the whole
to
tomb.
find that one.
He scrapped it for metal.
Surprisingly,
the legendary city of
He went to
what's
this.
the missing one?
He went to the city of
Mesro?
brass and scrapped the
Yeah.
entire scrapped the entire dungeon.
He stole the city of Mesro.
The city of brass is brass and not gold.
Shemeshka probably has paid you in some ways. Maybe in just actually meeting you in person and saying thanks. That alone from the Marauder is a huge
I will
prize.
say that.
But so that's what the Canary does on a day-to-day basis. What does everyone else do?
Ysha spends a lot of time kind of going backwards and forwards from the Shadowfell to the Forgotten Realms, and just kind of like, she's all over the place because she's kind of just following whoever the Raven Queen thinks is interesting and making sure that they get where they need to go. So that they become their most interesting.
You might have encountered an elf who had a ring, who was with two Shatterkai. They were heading north in Shadowfell, and you might have assisted them on going north for a while.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's interesting souls. It's not necessarily good souls. So she's kind of like not really on either side of good or evil.
Yeah. The Raven Queen's
Sounds like
very
Orebeth.
neutral. She's just like, it's either or. Morals aren't an issue with her.
Yeah.
You'll get along with Orebeth.
What does Orebeth do on his day-to-day?
Um,
Let's say you're not killing demons and dragons. It's one of your days off. What do you do on your day off?
Probably looking for demons and dragons.
Okay.
They'll
Okay.
most likely end up being in his way, and he'll have to kill them again.
You found You found an airship that had a red dragon symbol on the balloon, and you immediately recognize that as one of the most famous dragons in all of the Forgotten Realms, Klauth's airship. So you probably followed that for a while, literally flying
Does it have a
behind
cat
it,
on it?
hiding in the
Is there a
clouds.
Catman?
No, but he did see a really creepy bald guy that had a tower shield and a spear and this really epic looking cloak. And he would
His
just
name was Trusty Matches.
and his name was Trusty Matches, and he would jump off the boat every once in a while, but he would like fly back around with his cloak of flying and just land back on it.
Orebeth probably followed them for a bit because that's entertaining. Orebeth is entertained by simple things, and whenever something breaks. Oh, and whenever there's lightning, because I'm immune to it. In fact, it actually gives me hit points. So I usually fly into lightning storms and then ride around for a bit.
Does that mean that I can cast chain lightning through you?
Yes, please. Please
Nice.
do.
Yes.
Please actually hit me with lightning.
Hey.
Literally all the time.
Hey, how about
it's like
that?
gold, literally, guys.
There's a very tall, very dark cloud really close by as you're following.
Oh, I'm checking that out. Tall, dark clouds are my MO.
Everything breaks. There's just China shattering. Yes.
You go.
Wow.
What's your hit point total?
111.
Okay. A lightning bolt hits you and you heal 31.
Yes.
I totally wasn't rolling a
It's
D.
so brisk.
I totally wasn't rolling just D100 for the damage. Or anything.
Jesus.
Anyway.
Up in the atmosphere.
Yourself don't fly into a lightning storm unless
Yep.
you're immune.
What's
I'm also immune to thunder.
The dog's playing with his toy by himself, and he just threw it into a box.
nice? What's Silverheart doing?
Rather similarly to Obereth, she tends to, if she doesn't have some specific quest that she's been asked to go on by her patron goddess Soon, then she tends to just travel along throughout the world, just stopping and solving problems wherever she encounters them.
Orebeth causes more problems than he stops.
My
He's
local
probably
good
following
paladin,
him by
you are
accident.
gonna get on
Like
great.
fixing all of his shit.
Yes, usually by accident. He's just enjoying a bolt of lightning and it happens to blow up a temple. Whoops. Just...
Or as you're flying through this cloud, you notice a sudden change in weather, where while you're inside the cloud, it's still hot and humid and stuff, but somehow the temperature just drops dramatically, and it turns from a thundercloud into like a holding snow and stuff. Like you start getting frost all over you and stuff. And
This would be chaos.
At really high altitudes, this could be kind of dangerous even for you.
Orebeth is not immune to cold. Orebeth was not aware he was this high up. I try to avoid cold damage because I'm not immune to that.
Okay, do you have winter clothing?
Orebeth is in the sky. Orebeth is always prepared for cold.
Okay. So you're somehow dressed in like a big puffy coat and stuff.
Yes.
All right.
I'm just imagining those really big fur-lined, like Russian coats.
Yes.
That's actually what I'm just adjusting my winter clothes to look like. It is a fluffy winter outfit.
As you're flying around, you notice no matter which direction you go, it seems to get colder. Cold enough that even your fluffy coat is like getting a layer of ice on it.
I fly down more.
Okay, you fly down more, and you see what I have up on the overlay, but I'll describe it to you. Sheets of ice cover these long, cold flats. As you go down below the cloud line, you are in a landscape that you don't recognize. You seem to be near some mountain ranges somewhere. There's fog and mist everywhere.
Blessed be chaos.
The air is bitterly cold, and there's no sign of civilization in sight. For miles around, the mist in the mountains are all you can see. The central mountain seems to rise high into the sky, and something glimmers on top of it. The Canary. You're in the middle of one of your heists, right? So you're going into hell, and you're like, you know what? What should I steal from Tiamat today? Maybe her squeaky toy. She really likes that squeaky toy.
Tiamat's bath duck.
Tiamat's fat duck.
That's one of the little ones with a mustache on it.
It's got a little mustache, yes.
Yes.
As you go through one of your many portals, I'm assuming you know of Sigil, and you just know where to get information on portals and stuff. So you ding yourself into Sigil, and then say hi to Lady of the Pain, and then just go on your way. And
I like how both your characters like are totally chill with her.
and you go through the gateway that you were told with your gate key would take you to the first layer of hell, which is where Tiamat's flying fortress is, up above the layer itself, where she kind of keeps to herself. And Asmodeus leaves her alone, she leaves him alone, and they're all hunky-dory. As you go through the portal, you are greeted immediately by cold. And you're thinking, wait, maybe I'm in the 7th circle? The like really icy tundra one?
7 or 6, maybe?
Or 6? You're not sure.
Definitely not Avernus.
The blackened weeds here are rimmed with frost and half buried in snow. A chill wind blows down from a mountain, carrying snow and shards of ice from above. The landscape seems bleak and shattered. Not a single creature or plant here seems alive.
Huh.
What's your passive perception? Because you're 20th level, so I'm assuming it's going to be godlike.
Oh my god! Tell us, what is it?
I see it.
No, for the audience.
30.
It's a 30?
The first thing
Do
you
you know
immediately...
what my passive perception is, just out of curiosity? 12.
Mine's a 10.
Yay!
15. Mine's 15. And that's only because it's wisdom
I
based.
can't even see shit when I'm level 20. This sucks.
So that last line I said was completely false on that flavor text. That not a single creature or plant seems to be alive. And you clearly see a human. What is Orebeth? Is it Orebeth a human?
Yeah.
You clearly see a human flying around up there. Seems
He has
lost.
wild gray hair.
He's about
Occasionally electricity sparks off of it.
he's about a mile above you.
Huh. Weird. Any buildings or anything?
The only thing that really stands out is you just see mountains, and there's just like one mountain that's bigger than the other mountains. You can barely see that one.
Yeah. Fudge. Okay. Guess I start walking forward. Try to get a further, get up higher so I can see.
Does my 15 passive perception see the little drow down there?
No, but you can give me a perception check.
Are you hiding though? Because
I will say at advantage, Orebeth, because you're up high. As long as he's not trying to hide from you. The trees here are dead. So,
17.
Okay. Nah, you're busy trying to figure out what the heck's going on here.
Okay.
Because you were at the Sword Coast, and now it seems like you've gone further, like a few hundred miles north or something. You're not quite sure what the heck happened.
Orebeth's just looking around, trying to find something with his 17.
And also, probably the scariest thing for you is that connection that you had, where you get the voice in your head.
Mm-hmm.
It's surprisingly quiet right now.
Maybe he's busy with laundry.
Like, if you try to contact him, it's just like static.
busy with laundry.
Maybe he was having happy time with Soon again.
Happy time.
Maybe.
You do a good job taking this, I'm like, oh man, this thing's really spooky. And you guys are like, yeah, no, we're not spooky at all. We're going to be super joyful and awesome.
Blessed be chaos.
I'm sure it'll also probably work very soon.
The Althea,
Oh, that's me.
you wake up in the middle of the night to a cold draft coming in through the window.
I get up and go to close the window.
As you get up to go close the window, you cannot see further outside. You just see mist. And it is really cold, and it's in the middle of summer. It feels like winter
bummer.
right now, though.
I slipped into a different plane again. All right, I'm gonna get up and get dressed, put my armor on and everything.
What's your bonus to Arcana?
Do a different plane again. Damn it.
So that's a +3.
Wait, really?
I didn't take the skills. I didn't want to take an extra feat for it.
Oh, okay, give me an Arcana check.
Sure.
Figure out which plane.
Which of the dice do I trust? None of them is the answer.
Correct.
That's an 8.
Oh no.
You might be in the plane of ice.
Isn't one of the layers of hell really cold?
Yeah. You might be in one of those layers. The sixth one, maybe the seventh one.
Yeah.
You hear there's like a thief there that likes to.
Tied her up every time.
There's the 8th, maybe 9th one.
Who knows? 69. One of those, maybe.
Maybe. Hell's a big place. And you notice, yeah, it's just really quiet.
Okay. Can I put all my stuff on and use my staff to make some light, and then I guess start walking to figure out where the fuck I am.
Okay. You go to leave the bedroom when you see, I'll say you have like a big full person mirror. You see on the mirror, reflected on the wall behind you, words, but they're backwards. So you go to turn around and look what they say, and on there scrawled in blood are the words in all caps, "There's something nasty in the woodshed."
Okay. First, she's gonna check her hair, and then, okay, do I see a woodshed?
Not in your room right now, and you can't really see out the window.
I'm gonna head for the door then.
Okay. As you open the door, Ysha?
Ysha.
Ysha. Okay.
Close. It is close to Yasha.
Yeah.
I should have known that before I did it, but that's fine.
The Raven Queen tells you. You just hear while you're just going off to do daily things. It's time. And suddenly mist just forms all around you, almost like fog cloud was cast around you.
Okay. She just looks down and is like, huh. Was that definitely the Raven Queen in my head? Because I don't know what she sounds like.
Yeah, you'd know.
All right.
And you're immediately greeted by a farmhouse, as you're in a frozen tundra. You don't even need to roll because you know the Raven Queen stuff really well. Apparently, you are in a realm of Ravenloft, as you've been in before.
Okay.
This one you don't recognize, though.
I think it
She just
would be
kind
a
of
plane
takes
of
that
bread.
as bread.
It's
She just assumes she's wherever she's meant to be, so she just goes towards the farmhouse like, yeah, okay, this is fine.
This place is as colorful as you, so you assume it's a plane of dread.
Cool.
Not all of them are bland. Some of them are very colorful and cheerful. The horror lays underneath the surface.
Usually. Well, actually, not always.
The realm of dread known as Whimsyshire right here is quite colorful.
So is Gerbil's world. It just sings the same song over and over.
Right, forever.
There's Illidanay. That's actually quite bright because the sun is burning bright in the desert.
Hey.
Oh
Dark
yeah, I
sun.
forgot that one.
All right, so on the map, wait. Ysha?
I
Ysha.
put it in chat so that not everyone had to know that I said yeet.
Too late. Ysha. You're at A
Shame.
on the map.
Okay, I don't actually have the map open, but
Okay,
I trust
it's
y'all
at,
to know
it's
where
at the
I am.
bottom of this hill. Or, not
Okay.
hill, Jesus, mountain. Really big difference. Alright. And you see a farmhouse. You see a shed.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go towards the farmhouse.
You
I
see
assume
you see a
that I'm
well.
where-
Okay, you go into the farmhouse and you hear walking
Yeah.
upstairs.
Oh,
As you
Hello?
go to enter.
hello.
The double front doors to the house are made of wood with thick iron branding. No sound comes from inside the house. Wow, I'm just contradicting myself here, aren't I? And the door is ever so slightly ajar. You're used to spooky things like this. It's whatever.
Yeah, she's just like do opens the door.
You open it and go into the antechamber, and that's when you hear the footsteps upstairs, I guess. This chamber has a large rug inside the front door, scuffed from years of shoe marks. On one side of the room, the shoes are piled up in a corner. On the other side, a crate and a barrel have been stacked up against the wall. Upon a latter lies a sheaf of papers in a spidery hand. Also, are you dressed for cold weather?
No.
So you are freezing. This is like Russia / Alaska.
Although
kinda like-
actually I might be, because I was following Miranda and they were in the tundra. So feasibly I could be dressed for cold weather, but like normally I'm not.
Okay.
Either way, it's cold.
So Althea, you hear that downstairs?
Oh, I hear a person downstairs.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. I'm gonna head for the stairs.
Okay.
Do you happen to know what's going on? By any chance?
No. The tavern that I was staying in seems to have vanished into a barn? Warehouse?
We just yelling across the house.
Oh no, I assume I'm saying this as I'm walking down the stairs.
Yeah. I just imagined that we'd both stop walking and we're just having this conversation like 30 feet away. Yes, no, that makes sense.
The
I do
silence.
this message. I know
si-
you're there.
Respond to this message.
The silence of this realm seems to have been broken for just a moment as you hear a thunderclap in the sky, while a few miles away, maybe.
I wonder if that's meant to be ominous.
Are any of my stuff still in the room that I was in, or? 'Cause
Um,
I assume she probably had some kind of winter cloak that she carried around. But she wasn't currently wearing, considering she was probably in like somewhere down by Baldur's Gate.
what all did you take with you out of the? Like you said, you geared up, so you got on your like robes, you got your magic items, I assume.
Well, if I felt that cold breeze, I probably would have grabbed like a cloak.
Okay.
So maybe she's not the most warmly dressed as she could, but she at least has a warm cloak on.
You see, she's definitely. You know Plains of Dread. She's obviously not from this plane.
Yeah, so she's got like this bright blue cloak with like a little bit of fur around the top. And she's got her hair pulled back into like a braid and has like a little flower tucked in there. And there is a white raven sitting on her shoulder.
Ysha calmly loses her shit when she sees the raven.
Could have opened with that one.
calmly loses her shit.
Yes.
I forgot
Yes.
about him for a half second.
Yeah, so she'll actually introduce herself to the raven before she talks to you. Because she has an affinity with ravens.
Do you?
And you can see that there's just kind of like, she's just molting feathers, like all the time. Like she kind of like moves her hair and just feathers fly out.
Do you speak in Raven, or you just say in common, "Hi, birdie"? Or what?
No, I would speak, I mean, I would probably know raven, so I would do that.
I mean, it is so.
Yes.
Raven.
So I would speak in raven
Sorry.
and greet the raven, and then I would greet her. Say, hello, my name is Ysha. Some call me the Raven's Eye. I don't know why I'm here exactly, but I'm sure it's fine.
I'm Althea Silverhart. I have no idea why I'm here either, but apparently it's where we need to be. And the Raven
I
would say
read-
to you, I'm Chance. Do you have snacks?
Do I have snacks? Good question. She will find a snack. I too enjoy snacks, small friend.
Yeah, she scritches his head and he'll probably flap over to you because he's friendly.
Cool.
I'll say
And I smell like Raven.
I'll say you guys met in the antechamber. Like, she came downstairs and found you.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Canary goes through this frozen tundra and eventually gets closer to this big mountain when he spots a farmhouse and a well and a barn.
I approach.
You notice the
cautiously.
doors to the house are wide open.
I cautiously enter. I'm like, oh, I stealth in.
And with your passive perception, you notice quite recently there are two
Please roll a
sets.
stealth check.
There is a single set of footsteps going in there.
I only got a 27 on my stealth.
I don't see you.
It's just like,
I will
no.
guarantee that I do not see you.
Okay, as you
That's 17 above my passive perception.
Yeah, even if I rolled the 20, I wouldn't see you.
as you just vibrate your molecules ever so slightly, so you go through the wall and merge with the shadows
Okay,
on the
the
other
flash.
side. I'll say the antechamber stuff again. This chamber is a large rug on the front door. There are a bunch of shoe marks. There's 6 pairs of shoes sitting here. You notice that on top of a crate and a barrel, there are a bunch of letters up there, and like a really withered, blackened hand that seems to just be skin and bone, like it was holding onto the papers. And you see these two chatting. You're probably hiding
don't
on
see
one
you.
of their
Never
backs.
mind.
You're probably
Like doing that thing where like we're facing each other and he's just out of vision and you're like yelling at the TV like, how do you not see him?
Yeah, but he's like, there.
Yeah.
Just
I
can't see you out of peripherals.
Behind Althea one, and I just pull out the dagger to the throat. I'm like, where are we?
I have no idea. A barn? Where the fuck did you come from?
your
When
worst
did you roll on your
nightmare.
stealth check out of curiosity?
The first time or the second time?
The second time when I saw the dice. Hang on, math.
35?
Yeah, he just fucking materializes. The
I'm
bird
ready
probably
as something.
jumps out of his fucking feathers and shoots up to the rafters.
Yeah.
With his supernatural stealth and his dark elven skin, you almost think he's a Shatterkai.
Mm.
I have no
Yeah,
idea
but
where we are.
Ysha knows a Shadowkai would probably not do that.
He has no piercings, I don't think.
Yeah.
He's not edgy enough.
Yeah, he's
One
not
of the
edgy.
layers of hell.
No, this is none of the layers of hell.
Oh,
I can tell you
okay.
that now.
I can tell you where you are if you step away from her.
I step away.
You're in a domain of dread. Now put the dagger down.
Which one?
He's holding like 4.
Yeah, I said put that dagger down.
I just throw it in
That
the
was
floor and
weird for a
it
while.
disappears. It's like,
That's distressing.
mm,
Yeah, none of us know exactly where we are. Just
Damn.
calm
I
down.
left my wrist spanner at home. Didn't expect to be here.
Now that she's mentioned it,
Did
do I
any
know
of us?
anything about a domain of dread?
Now you can re-roll your Arcana check.
I do have religion, if that helps.
Nope, this is a plane.
Damn. I tried.
I got 17, lowest I can go.
Are you fucking serious? He rolled a 1.
Unreliable talent. I love that.
Nice.
I love it.
9.
And guess which epic boom I took?
Oh, you took the lower you have every skill? God damn it.
I hate her.
The lowest
Hey!
skill I can possibly roll is a 15 for athletics.
I don't want to jinx it, but the Canary might be the only one that survives. Anyway,
I hate this game.
you can't help but notice with your 30 passive perception that those pieces of paper are diary entries. First one says day 18, and it goes all the way to day 22. As you can just barely see the day 22 through like 5 layers of paper as you're just looking at it with your supernatural passive perception.
I just x-ray through it. Okay.
You're just Bender from Futurama. You know, you're just like whatever.
I'm not joking. I have X-ray vision.
How do you have X-ray vision? From what?
You don't know. You just see me lift up the patch real quick, and I'm like, okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you don't.
You fucking does.
Okay, cool. All right. Did you hide that, or did you just do it?
Whoa, I just
mean,
lift
with our
up the
shitty
patch, so unless
perception-
they're looking at my
Our
face.
shitty perceptions, it's just an eye.
Like, ha, he can see real good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And-
Oh, just a note.
Mhm.
If there's anything invisible, I see it before it gets to me.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I can see the true form of shape changes and stuff when they're within 30 feet.
Okay. Good to
that's-
know.
Yeah, that too.
Meanwhile, up in the sky,
It's a bird.
Orebeth.
It's a plane.
it's Orebeth! And he's like, ha-ha! As he just lightning shoots out of every limb.
Yeah, pretty much.
Be right back.
Or, no, your thunder wave is you actually saying, ha-ha! Ha-foos! Anyway, so, you've flown close enough to this big mountain now that you see something shiny up at the top, but you also see down, there's a farmhouse way down there at the bottom of the mountain.
Thinking to myself, out loud, of course, because that's how Orebeth thinks. Maybe Orebeth can get information from the farmer. Orebeth has not talked to farmers in a while. Last time Orebeth talked to farmers, he was apologizing for accidentally burning down their house. Orebeth should say hello before he burns down their house by accident.
Okay, so you go to fly down. Do you go in through the front door, or are you just gonna...
I fly down at thunderous speeds and land in front of the house, in a pile of fluff.
Okay. Fluff goes everywhere, and you're like... Because it just, just gets everywhere.
Right. Orebeth should work on Orebeth's landing.
Hey, there's 3 people in here. None of them look like farmers. In fact,
Adventurers, maybe.
in fact, you recognize them. They're all heroes.
Orebeth has seen heroes before.
You've probably actually heard of the Canary. He's probably stolen something from your god before.
That was funny.
But he gave it back. As a joke.
All right, Orebeth walks in. He does not walk quietly. He walks loudly.
Everyone hears another loud thunder boom, this time right outside the front door of the farmhouse, as the entire building looks like it's about to lose its integrity. It's just like, and you hear the word like...
I'm just imagining a dagger just lands on the door frame.
Ysha just looks around like, hey.
And then Orebeth appears.
He stomps in. He doesn't walk quietly. He stomps in.
Orbeth craters into the ground outside the door.
He did he pretty much did a superhero landing.
I did a superhero landing.
Ooh, your knees.
Snow
That
went
was
everywhere.
unnecessary.
Oh, no, that's his epic boon. He's immune to knee damage.
I stomp in loudly. Adventurers.
His hair is stained, like, it was, like, static. So it's, like, really long hair, but it's poking out. But it's frozen. So he's just got, like, ice spikes everywhere. His beard looks like an ice beard. You could sworn he's just, like, a child frost giant for just a moment.
You look like a Pokemon.
I have, like, wild white grayish hair. Both his beard and his hair look like he's been hit by lightning far too many times to count. You even see like little sparkles of electricity kind of like go through his hair every now and then. You swear you hear some distant rumble just from him standing there, but you're not really sure where it's coming from.
Does he have like those cool lightning scars?
I was
He
just about to
has,
ask that.
Yes. He has some lightning scars on his face and down his neck, and you see some coming out like just trailing on the very few parts of his skin you can see. He's wearing the fluffiest white winter outfit you could ever possibly imagine. It is just extraordinarily fluffy. And it's hard to tell where the snow and ice is because it's kind of matted in there now. And he has a strange orb he's clutching in his one hand. The orb looks like storms are contained within it.
Okay.
I'm not going to bother asking what that
Hey,
is. Then.
friend.
Friend. Okay. So we are not enemies. Good.
Any of you? What was the word that the mirror said? Things were to.
Mirror. What mirror? You have
I'm
a
asking
mirror
the
there.
DM.
Which
Huh?
mirror?
What?
Mirror?
There was something written on the mirror upstairs. What did it say?
No, it was written on the wall. You saw it from the mirror.
Oh, okay.
It said... Let me get to it.
Red Rock.
There's something nasty in the woodshed.
I'm gonna ask the dude who just walked in. You happen to see a woodshed outside?
Orebeth sees many things.
Yeah.
Orebeth can fly when he is outside.
Literally everybody but you has now, because they've been outside.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't
Woodshed.
know that. For all I knew, all of them were in the
Yeah.
room when I came
I
downstairs.
describe the dimensions of the woodshed in detail. That one?
I guess I just know that it's a woodshed. Apparently, there's something nasty in it.
Do you want me to blow it up?
Maybe we should go
I think
investigate it first.
Maybe what we have to do.
I could just blow it up.
I mean, I can too, but let's look inside and then we can blow it up.
But if we blow it up, we'll know what's inside.
You
should just
not if you, not if it's in pieces. You fucking killed the DM.
No, I just love Orebeth, because this is a character concept he's had for years. I
But
love it.
Orebeth just got here. Orebeth does not want to go. Orebeth doesn't know where here is either.
Yusha's at the woodshed.
I will
Oh,
follow
we're leaving.
Ysha.
Orebeth stomps out behind you.
This wooden building seems
I
insinuous
stealth
from the outside. Opening the wooden double doors reveals a pile of logs occupying a cramped, dark shed.
Maybe the logs are mimics.
You see rusty axes and other tools. And with the Canary's past perception, it looks like at least 86.6% of the axe's metal is rust.
Maybe the axes are mimics.
For the remainder of us who don't have a fucking 30 passive perception, I hold my staff up with light so we can see.
Thanks.
The Canary and the Mollydeus might have had like a stare-off at one point.
Probably.
The Mollydeus did win, but he probably doesn't. The Canary just is like, nope, that's
You
lies.
just had blinking contests with beholders.
Fake news. I beat him. Anyway, as you guys enter, and he notices that little detail that doesn't matter, you see words slowly begin to appear on the rear wall of the hut in blood. S, like it's like a finger is tracing it in blood. S U
Nice decorations.
R P R I S E.
I
What
turn
does it
around. It spells surprise.
Not for me.
You turn around, and there's
I will
nothing there.
remind you. Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I have a weapon of warning. What does that do?
It does not
Unleash-
trigger.
Okay. Me and my companions within 30 feet can be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. Just so we know.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, hey, I saw that upstairs as well.
Orebeth, you probably also noticed that there is no wind at all here, whether you were up in the air or down below here.
This place has no wind. That is weird to Orebeth.
It is dead silent as you turn around.
It's a weird plane, so
Yeah. Do I sense any like variety of magic specifically that might help us like sense what's going on?
Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah. That's what I was asking. That's a 17.
The writing on the wall seems like it's not coming from this realm. Like maybe this realm is tied and connected with another realm.
I will relay that information.
Orebeth
And just
does
give a
not see
mild
any
like,
ghosts.
huh.
Maybe there are ghosts.
Actually, with your check, you know that it's possibly from a dead world. Let me tell you what a dead world is, as my cat sniffs the microphone. I'm not sure if you'll hear
I'm
it.
a dead world.
you can just see the tip of the tail or the ear, the bottom of the camera.
That's his ear. That's his ear.
His face just trails into the camera.
Let's see.
Just do that thing where they just show up like, hi.
He's just like, hello. Hello. Okay, goodbye.
I'm
Yeah, while he was while he was bored, Terry tore the half of the tail off of his mouse toy that he has. That's the thing that's squeaking, by the way. He has a cat toy that squeaks like a mouse,
That's adorable.
and it makes little mechanical squeak sounds.
Okay, Sirens, we
Oh
get
Jesus!
it.
He tore the ear off too.
You know, a dead world is a world that has died completely. Not just like life on it has died, but the entire like soul and everything. It's soulless. There's no minerals in the earth. There's no oxygen in the air. It's a world that has eventually succumbed to the negative plane.
Yeah, we can still
Cool.
breathe.
Maddie says we were. Ysha relays all of that very calmly.
It's the border of the Shadowfell and the negative plane.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's like mildly familiar to me still.
You have heard of it.
Okay.
This is interesting.
I was
So
a
something
boy.
in this dead plane is reaching out to us.
Why us?
Because we're
Because
badass? I don't know.
I mean,
Because
it
it's
does
dead.
look like all of us are pretty
'Cause-
competent. Maybe there's someone here we're supposed to save.
Do what?
Orebeth is not
Maybe.
sure of that. Maybe there's something here we need to destroy.
I mean, it's a dead world. I guess where'd the people all go?
I don't know if this is domain in the land of mists. The dark powers just kidnap people because they're dicks.
I mean, that's possible.
They do
but,
that. That's true. They do that.
Like typically, if you
That
do
does
a
sound like a
thing,
funny joke.
like you kill I don't know, there was like a vampire that my friends killed, and you were able to get out by doing that.
What was his
There's many
name?
ways out. I got out with the rift spanner last time, but it's back home.
I don't know what a rift spanner is.
It drains the soul of 100 victims to allow you to punch through the domain and get back to where you want.
Sounds useful.
I stole it from a hag. Seduced her,
Hags do
fell
that.
in love with
I
me.
feel like I'm
Kill
learning
her.
so much about you.
This is
Orebeth is curious how you seduced the hag.
I'll teach you later if we survive.
Althea's just
Okay.
frowning. Like, I don't know
Sometimes you
how to
just gotta-
respond to this.
Sometimes you
Yeah.
gotta take a bullet for the team, if you know what I mean.
You'll all probably
Why are
come.
you taking a bullet?
Orebeth does know what you mean.
That's 100 innocent souls taking a bullet.
I only drained 20 of them.
Oh,
The other one she did.
that's not better.
Oh. Do you want to stay in this place?
When you make an omelet, sometimes you have to break eggs.
I don't
I'll
know
be
that I
staying
would
in
compare
place.
It'll
Like,
make
eggs
do
you
what's
feel
right.
better. They were all art students.
Not really.
That does make Orebeth feel better.
There's a rumbling in the
She was
I
like,
distance.
worship soon, you assholes.
Orebeth didn't do that.
There's a rumbling in the distance. Seems to be targeting the Canary. You're not sure how.
Oh,
The Orebeth looks around as he hears the rumbling and says, Orebeth didn't do that.
That would be a first.
That
there
would
are
be.
other places
is-
around here. I guess maybe let's look around to the other places.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna overhaul the woodshed first.
Your raven is a familiar, correct?
Correct.
Suddenly, her albino familiar disappears. You still feel your raven on your shoulder, though.
I'm gonna cast
The canary.
detect magic.
The canary. You see that the raven has turned invisible and is now a skeleton, but it's still moving around and acting just like it did before.
Your bird turned invisible and has lost a lot of weight. Bones.
I
There
can
was
turn
a
into
bird.
a raven. Can I like try that and see if I also become a skeleton, or is that a bad idea?
Hmm.
I'm gonna cast detect magic on my raven. Yes,
Yeah, good
detect
call.
raven on my raven.
You can turn into a
I
bird.
don't know if that
You don't-
does anything.
It's your
I
familiar.
can do
It's
that without a spell slot.
the
by way.
familiar is a fraction of your soul. You can feel that your familiar is there, but you can definitely also feel, like as it happened, something changed.
I know
Okay.
sometimes when you summon familiars in this plane, you don't get a real familiar. You get a pseudo familiar that is
Mhm.
based upon the elemental fabric of this plane. Maybe it has some sort of native effect upon your bird.
And as this plane is made from the bones of a dead world, Perhaps this is a dead
Like,
world's
well, he's
raven.
not fluffy anymore, but I guess it's not the worst thing.
Like I said, the dark powers can be dicks.
Orebeth is aware of this. Orebeth is good friends with one.
I mean, I turned him into like a cat once, and he really didn't like that. So I guess this is relatively.
Wait.
What do you think, buddy?
Do I still hear static?
You still hear static. Actually, no. Something starts to come through the static, but you can't quite make it out.
Bitch.
Suck my dick.
Something said one
quite
word to
familiar
you.
How he feels about being a invisible skeleton.
Orebeth looks like he's listening to something that you can't hear.
Punk music.
I think my familiar and I can communicate telepathically without
me
having
just-
to cast a
Give
spell.
me just a second. Mr. Garfield is up to his little tricks.
He is just bathing one of his toys.
My God.
He's like actually grooming it.
Does it have hair?
It's fluffy. It's like a stuffed toy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sorry. I didn't mute my mic either, so you probably heard him thump down as he attempted to stomp all over my keyboard on my laptop.
Lovely.
He doesn't sit on it. He just goes
Okay.
up to it, and he just goes up to the keys, and he just, with all four legs, just trots and just goes in like a 360 turn.
Barry's learned that if he licks things on my touch screens, things happen. Usually means I yell at him, but hey, I'm paying attention, so.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, your raven feels oddly nothing. Almost like depression. You know, just like no emotions, just seems very numbed to everything.
Okay.
Yeah, Ysha's gonna cast Detect Magic, by the way.
Okay.
Just in case you didn't. Because I have that at will and I forgot, so.
Same.
Lol.
That detect magic, you detect what you normally detect in Realms of Dread,
Okay.
which is, hey, the weave's kind of wibbly wobbly here.
The fuck is
Timey-wimey.
Actually,
Oh, shit, that's right. You're not from here, are you?
it is a
I'm
little
the
time.
only one who didn't pick the
I
realms.
don't know anything else about any.
I
the
told you
other
to pick
realms.
Dragonlance.
I
You
don't know
about them.
Dragonlance that well.
You could have said, I'm from my own world, and I'm super awesome because I'm from
I told
my
her
own.
that because we had a lot of cool gods, but she's like, nah, soon.
Mm.
One of the gods is named Scott, and he's really cool.
He has a familiar named Garfield. No, Garfield's the god of mischief in that world.
No.
Yes,
He has
yes.
an imp familiar that transforms into a cat.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
no, Asmodeus is known on that crystal sphere as Garfield.
Yeah.
That is the only form he can take.
The god
Yeah,
of
crystal
hell
sphere.
can only take the form of cats.
And oh, that'd be cool. All devils look like felines. Anyway, so
That would be funny.
So, like, tieflings are
you
cat.
guys
Anyway.
are still standing in this shed.
Okay,
Nothing
so-
changed. The blood's still on the.
Yeah, Isha's gonna start, like, overhauling the shed, just, like, going through everything. Like,
Oh.
moving everything, seeing if there's any trapdoors on the floor, just, like, checking everything out.
All you find are rusty axes, rusty tools, several piles of logs, and some rats that have been dead for a very long time. There's the skeletons are barely left. They
I'm
look
gonna
like
send
they starved to death.
I'm gonna send a Chance, my raven, out to go explore and see if he can see anything from overhead in this area.
There's the well.
Yeah,
There's
maybe
an-
like let him fly
there's an-
over there and see if he sees anything.
There's an outhouse. And there's the barn house. Or not the barn house, the farmhouse.
Yeah.
And also sees a trail that seems to go towards this huge mountain.
If he's not too far away, I'll tell him to scout up that trail, see if he sees any kind of movement or anything.
How far? Familiars can go as far as they want, right?
They can go as
Pure
far,
vision,
but
not 200 feet.
I lose the ability to talk to him at a certain point.
Okay, he goes out of that range, and he comes
Okay,
back and tells you about a bridge, and some weird thing next to the bridge that is broken.
Yeah, I can only talk to him up to about 100 feet.
He's a raven. He's just like the thing you call bridge, but bridge is broke.
Okay.
And thing
so
next to
apparently
bridge.
There's a bridge further up the mountain and a thing next to a bridge.
Oh, it's shiny. He
Oh,
definitely
a shiny thing.
emphasizes that it's shiny because he's a raven.
He probably would have investigated that a little closer.
He was
So
scared.
I don't know if he'd recognize what it is.
He tells you
other
he
than
was
shiny.
scared.
Oh, scared of the shiny. Okay, that's an unfamiliar phrase from you. Okay, so a bridge and a scary shiny thing.
Hmm.
Do you check
I
out
think we should go towards that.
anything else in the house? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I'm gonna go look into the well because I can see in the dark to 120 feet.
Okay.
So just in case there's anything in there.
This small stone well leads down into darkness. Even with your vision, it is impossible to see the bottom. You assume it goes down towards like the bottom of this demi-plane or whatever. You assume.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna pick up like a rock or something, cast light on it, and chuck it down.
Okay. I'll read quote for quote. Objects tossed into the well vanish without a trace.
Maybe that's the way out.
In another plane,
Once-
Dagger's like.
Once they hit water. So you hear a bloop, but the light immediately vanishes the second it hits the water. There is a
So either
yeah.
there's something down there that negates magic, or it left and went somewhere else.
I think that
Awesome.
probably leads to the negative energy plane. Let's leave that alone.
That's fair.
Orebeth does
Yeah,
not want to go there.
I understand that. Yeah,
Let's not
cool.
go there.
The Canary. This reminds you of this place you decided to just chill for a bit. It had a bunch of green devil faces in it. You throw your trash in there every once in a while.
I knew it.
Let's avoid that.
He like goes to the room with the sphere of annihilation for funsies.
There's just like he just has one installed into the floor, and it's just like his toilet.
He stole the one from the tomb. It's like they're not using it
I say I
anyway.
stole the tune, so yeah.
He used the sphere of annihilation for a toilet.
Considering he has proficiency in everything, and he cannot get lower than 10 on his Arcana check, he could easily move a sphere of annihilation on his own, without it ever going closer to him, ever.
That's nice.
Which is really nice. Anyway, so that was the well. Someone said they were going somewhere else. I thought.
We were gonna go check out the bridge, I think.
Okay. You get to the bridge.
Orbeth flies.
Ysha's gonna Raven form, by the way.
Yeah,
so she's
Orbeth,
gonna turn Raven.
Orbeth flies. Walking's for mortals.
Okay.
I'm just like skipping.
How far is it?
It's a short walk.
Oh, there's a walk.
Ysha's like a piebald Raven, by the way. So she's got like white, gray, and black feathers, kind of just like mottled all over her.
Nice.
But she doesn't turn into an invisible skeleton.
I gather no. Or at least I hope not.
Yeah, that would be really weird.
I mean, it wouldn't be the weirdest thing she's ever seen, but it'd be close.
It'd be really close to the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
This bridge seems to cross a vast chasm, but it has been destroyed, and you see this weird-looking device on the. Wow, they could have let me describe that a little better. Oh well, there's some weird, really wide device on this side of the bridge, and an identical one on the other side of the bridge, and there's like lightning and stuff coming off of it.
Oh, Orbeth walks right
Just
up to
looks
it.
straight at her.
It's made of metal.
He grabs it.
Okay.
Do I feel a tingle?
Okay, everybody roll initiative.
God damn it.
Okay. It's not terrible.
What?
Ooh, I might actually need dice
Ooh.
tonight, huh? I should pull up real dice.
Also, as you guys get to the bridge, I should say, you all notice The cold seems to be getting to you, or something. You feel nauseous. You have stomach aches, and no matter how warm you are in your clothes, you still feel cold and you're shivering. And from now on, you have disadvantage on ability checks.
Cool.
Fun. Okay. Unrelated, I just looked up a piebald raven, and holy shit, they're so fucking cute.
Mhm.
Yes, that's her. She cute.
Okay, what was everyone's initiative?
13.
What did the canary get? 30? 36?
Not quite.
84?
7 billion.
84?
No, not even 26.
Okay.
That's just pretty low.
Yeah, I was about to say, you didn't roll that great.
I'll say I got a 17.
Okay, what did Orebeth get?
9.
Okay, Canary. This thing,
9.
the second Orebeth goes to touch it, looks like it's about to explode on him. And you're really close. What do you do?
I jump away.
Okay.
Like I go my 30 and then I bonus dash. No, 30. I'm just like, woohoo!
Okay. You do that. And as you do that, this weird device flickers and sparks. And there is a thunderous shockwave. And
Oh no!
I
what a
think-
nightmare.
I think Orebeth would be the only one close enough within 50 feet. Or not 50, Jesus, 10 feet.
I did sort of walk up towards it, because I was going to cast Identify on it before he touched it, but he said it first.
Okay, both you and Orebeth need to give me a strength saving throw.
Is
Okay.
it first lightning or thunder?
Neither.
So, Orebeth, because of my paladin thing, you get to add a +3 bonus to your save.
Remember, disadvantage. No, on ability checks, not saving throws. Never mind.
Yeah. And you have resistance to damage from spells.
Cool. 22.
Oh, god damn it. So Althea's the gem on her staff sort of flares brightly and then immediately putters out because I have advantage, but I rolled a 4 and a 9. So that's a 12.
Damn.
Okay.
So you get to add your own bonus though.
Orebeth, you get
So
pushed back
a
like 5
15.
feet. Like you go to touch it, and it immediately repulses you backwards from some unknown force. Not lightning or thunder. It's alien to you. It's weird.
Mhm.
But it pushes you back 5 feet. You like slide back on this icy bridge. At least this part of the icy bridge. While our wizard paladin friend falls on her butt as she gets blasted 30 feet directly away and is prone.
For what it's worth,
Bye.
apparently it was slightly higher. It was a 15. I don't think that changed anything.
However, you don't take damage from this. And then
Cool. Maybe don't touch it again.
Who's the closest to 20 after the canary?
Me.
Okay, it's your turn.
Yeah.
You're 30 feet away from the device and you're prone.
Should I cast Dispel Magic on it?
Yes.
I'm
Or
good.
best-
Give it a try.
I'm gonna go up and cast Dispel Magic on it.
I also have that.
Okay, let's
Yes.
see if that'll work. I'm not sure if this is actually magic.
What would it be? Science?
You should make that exactly right.
You know what? I think it would be magic. Give me an Arcana check. Actually, at what level do you cast Dispel Magic?
So I'm casting it for my staff, so I think it's just at 3rd level, so I have to make a roll.
Okay.
Ugh. That's a nat 20.
Okay.
Hey.
All the
So
sparks,
23.
all the sparks and stuff on it, it just turns off. It's just,
Okay, so it's deactivated. I don't know what it does though. If you want to take a minute, I'm gonna figure out what it does, and I can
Yeah,
cast it.
I'm gonna fire with the other one.
you can't help but all notice.
In
It probably should have. If it would have gave me a descriptor of what this device looked like, I could have told you this ahead of time, but it seems the metal is adamantium.
Okay, that's good to know.
This bridge is 20 feet wide, and it's almost like a blockade covering this side of the bridge. Like 20 foot wide, maybe 8 foot tall, weird device made of adamantium. That's a lot of adamantium.
Yeah.
Last time Orebeth saw this much adamantine was in the Dwarven adamantine fortress. It is really made of adamantium.
Also, you see a weird metal ship on the other side of this ravine, and it seems to have fallen from the sky, as it seems like it crashed and slid into snow. You see
Like
smoke coming from it.
Like an airship or like a seafaring ship?
Maybe an airship? You can't quite tell. It's made of all metal, though, and it looks a lot more advanced than an airship.
Okay.
Orebeth has not seen that before.
If you guys don't stop, interrupt, or have any leave, she's going to cast Identify on the device thing.
Okay.
The one that's deactivated.
You cast it on this device, and it is called an unphaser.
Unphaser.
It looks like this is only one of two parts of it. The other part is on the opposite side of the bridge, and it seems like when both of them are activated, it makes a small plane of a mix of light and force, and so you can walk across it.
Fuck.
But
we
it
just
was
broke the
but it was
bridge.
malfunctioning heavily. Looks like it's
Oh, good.
You're assuming after who knows how many years it's been here, and no one to repair it. It just
It
fell into
started to
disarray.
malfunction.
Yeah. It must have been here for a long time, being made of such durable material, and still being able to malfunction like this.
If
This is the
it feels
equivalent
like
of
it's
like
still cast on this. If a caster dies, does it go away?
no, this is equivalent of like if your staff had a crack in it, but it wasn't destroyed.
Oh, okay.
It was that level of like, oh shit, we could have blown
Okay.
up. Something Orebeth would have been proud of dying by.
Yeah. In the meantime, Ysha's flying towards the ship in her raven form. She's
Orebeth
gonna
was
check
like, "Why are we walking?" And he just jumps into the air and flies towards the ship.
it. Ysha just like in her raven form is like,
Orebeth's just gliding along backwards, not really watching where he's going.
Is
"Your
your
fly
raven
speed
still
honestly,
invisible?
I'm faster than you."
Yeah, I can only fly at 30, so.
Oh well, I'm faster than you, so I do loops around you, and then I go back.
Orebeth
How
is like,
far
that is
Is the
impressive.
chasm again?
This gap is like, let's see. Oh yeah, easily 100 feet to the other side.
I can cast Fly on you if you give me a minute.
Sure.
You see another identical unphaser on the other side, and it is also sparking and stuff. So even if you were somehow able to jump 100 feet across this bridge, you still have that other one to deal with.
Well, it only happened when you touched it. So as long as you don't touch it, I assume
Yeah,
we're safe.
it's on the edge. Like you'd have to land on top of it.
Oh, okay. Is my Raven familiar still invisible, by the way?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. Cool. You don't know it, but he's flying beside you guys.
Yeah,
and then,
Orebeth can see invisible.
after I finish my Identify
Oh,
spell,
actually,
I'm
yeah, I
going to
can
cast
see.
Fly on myself and the Canary.
Okay, so you guys fly across.
Just out of curiosity, I can see the true form of any shape changer or creature concealed by illusion / transmutation. Can I see Chance?
I would say you just barely can.
Okay.
You can see the skeleton part.
Okay.
And then we fly across.
Yep. Okay. So you guys fly across, and this ship seems to have been crashed, and it is in the way of the mountain trail to go up the mountain. You see, it has these weird-looking guns on the side of it. Half of the ship is buried, so you don't know what the front half looks like. But in the back half, you can see as you're able to freely fly around and look up above and all angles and stuff. There's a few weird-looking doors. They don't have any handles or anything on them.
Orebeth flies up and knocks.
Coom, coom, coom. Oh. Clearly made of metal.
Ysha will go back to human form and cast Detect Magic.
Oh,
Like in front of it.
Okay. As you guys get up to the ship, you start to feel worse.
Do I feel like it's a area effect, like as we are continuing, the weather is getting worse, or do I feel like it's a time thing?
You're not sure, but now you can even the first thing you notice is the familiar that was invisible that you can kind of see starts to become a little more visible just because you can see the spots of it that have turned into green tinted blotches, and it seems to be shaking. As you notice this, you see everyone else is the same. Everyone has green blotches, and you're all shaking.
I am going to fly closer to everyone.
All of your movement speeds are halved.
Oh.
I roll medicine and got a 21 to try and figure out if I've heard about this.
Orebeth rolls medicine, gets a 27.
Okay, so both of you...
Ysha doesn't roll medicine.
Both of you realize that you seem to be diseased by something.
It's only a disease. Orebeth can remove it later.
Some kind of magical disease.
For what it's worth, I am immune to disease, though probably not magical ones.
Double check that.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I'll find it in a second. Continue.
Maybe I'm not. Hang on.
Here's the fun part where we all stop playing and look in the books.
It just says immune to disease.
Then it includes everything.
Yeah, then that's everything.
You are still affected, much to your dismay.
Shit.
Rude.
That's probably not good.
I'm like, whatever this is, it's not a normal disease or a normal sickness. I'm usually able to shake those things off.
Both of you with your medicine checks, it seems like the effects I told you were like the visible effects, but mechanically you're gaining levels of exhaustion. Everyone has 2 levels of exhaustion right now.
That's good to know. Okay, shit.
But they don't function like the ones in the PH. So right now, it's the first level gave you disadvantage on ability checks, and the second level gave you half movement speed.
Does Orebeth think it's coming from this spaceship?
I mean, maybe. With that check, you're still not sure. That's medicine.
I'm not sure where this is coming from.
Investigation check. Which would be kind of funny, coming from a Tempest cleric.
22.
Oh, wow,
Jesus.
okay. Ooh, you're thinking, you know, this ship seems to be the one thing out of place, and it seems to be the newest thing here. Maybe it did come from this.
I got a 23 passive investigation.
You come to the same conclusion.
Do you have the, yeah. I don't remember what the feat is called. Observant.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm saying.
Nice.
As you go up to the door, Orebeth, give me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Well, that was expected.
Are you within 10 feet of me?
Yes.
I mean,
probably.
if you're flying next to him, he's like flying up in the air.
Yeah, I'm actually flying faster than him because my flying speed is 60, so now it's 30, and his is 15 now.
You're even faster than me. I'm mad about that.
Well, I'm using the spell.
Yeah, I know. Yisha's not
So
mad.
you add a +3 to your save.
Oh.
You all feel like you have like stomach flu, you know, just like
Yeah. Althea is not happy with this. She hasn't had this in many, many, many levels. Fun fact, I'm a 9th level paladin, and 2nd level paladins get immunity to disease.
15.
Yeah.
A 15. Oh, okay. It looks like these weird-looking tiles on the side of the border of this door, they might do something. You pressed one button and you heard a noise. Give me another check.
Ysha thinks this is a
21.
bad idea.
21. Let's see. How many do you need for this to succeed? Oh, okay. You press the green button, and the door slides from the bottom upwards into the door frame.
Orebeth has never seen a door do that. Maybe we should level the entire mountain.
I look
What?
around, looking around.
Orebeth can destroy the mountain.
I know something.
The whole mountain. Orebeth can destroy the whole mountain right now.
Or we could go inside.
Orebeth thinks this sickness is coming from something inside this metal ship.
When the door opens, it immediately smells of oil, and the door frame is kind of sticky to the touch.
This entire ship could be a mimic.
I look in the sky. Do I see any stars or the moon or anything?
You see
Or moons?
a night sky with no stars and no moon, just blackness.
If we were on Earth, I would say we're at the barrier peaks.
You're not sure what little light you guys are getting is coming from, where there's no sun or light source in the sky.
Okay.
It looks like a video game where they're just like, you know what, the sky texture, we're just gonna not have it.
Yeah, no need for that. That's useless.
No one's gonna look up.
Yeah.
At this point, even Orebeth, you notice the clouds that you came in from are gone. There's no sign of clouds at all.
It does not appear to be an escape the same way I got here. Something doesn't want us leaving. My guess is whatever intent of this place or whatever is dead here is to consume us in some way or form. Orebeth really thinks blowing up this mountain's a good idea.
Or we just can't leave until we're finished doing whatever we're meant to do here.
Yeah, maybe there's something inside the ship that we have to do, and if we blow it up, then we can't ever leave.
Orebeth could
I'm
light
gonna
it
go
on fire.
investigate the ship.
You go in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You fly over to it, and you're like,
Well, it was right next to the door.
yeah. Well, it's like up in the air a bit, and the ship's kind of tilted. This particular metal device you see as you go in here is mounted on a pedestal with a seat big enough for a halfling or gnome. So, a small seat. There is a gray square box with broken glass at eye level, as if it was a spot to look through. 2 handles come out of the machine at strange angles, like handlebars on a bike. But both have large red buttons on the handles.
Do any of us have any idea what this is?
You can give me intelligence saving throws.
Would it be an intelligence save or an intelligence check?
Or investigation.
It's like those matter.
One or the other.
Never mind. I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 2!
Actually,
5.
this would be investigation. Think about it, and you do have disadvantage on it right now.
Doesn't matter. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Yeah. You should have known.
You go up to go investigate and stuff, and you're like moving the handlebars around, and you click the button on one of the handles as you're investigating.
Can I just use my passive?
With your passive, you realize what you just did was very bad, as
Shit.
everybody
What did I did?
in front of where the windows are, there's just this immediate explosion of force as the room you're in on this spaceship and everyone around it takes
No
a bit of
save?
damage.
Is there a save?
Nope.
Okay, me and all friendly creatures have resistance to damage from spells.
It is not from a spell. It is from the
Okay, then.
device that exploded in front of your face and everyone else's.
You should really allow a save. This is like very first edition, just kill you.
I mean,
We don't even know how much
with
damage it is
With
yet.
your investigation, you realize this is some kind of high-tech cannon And she went to fire it, it backfired
just a note,
and exploded.
Mistra is actually pretty high tech. They have biplanes and stuff like that.
This is way more high tech than that, but this does look
Yes,
like
so-
maybe like one of your siege cannons. It's somehow mounted. On
Yeah.
it.
Apparently, there's plenty of magic tech there. I haven't really read too much on Mistara, so I was like, oh,
Oh my
Because
god,
I was
these dice won't
reading
kill
up on a
you.
few things. Good to know.
I rolled almost max. You all take 44 force damage.
I will evasion
Ouchie.
that.
Okay.
And that was force damage?
Yep.
I'm not resistant to that.
As
That's-
this cannon blows up, it opens up more into the ship. You can see more of the ship.
Great! You did it!
There are other doors on the sides of this ship too. This was just one of them. You could go in further from this spot, or you could go in from a different door that hasn't been opened on the outside yet. As you guys just take out this giant metal shards in your face. And just-
Orebeth looks over at you
Ow.
and goes, "No more buttons."
Yep. Okay.
Orebeth
I'm gonna
likes
like
destruction.
take pieces of
Orebeth
whatever it
not-
is out of my face.
Orebeth not like destruction in his own face, and he pulls a metal shard out of his chest and throws it on the ground.
How are the rest of you guys looking health-wise? Any of you look like significantly hurt?
I mean, I got 64 out of 111.
And now you see,
I got 64 out of 108.
and now you
How
see
about that?
why I said you guys are going to be level 20 for this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you both. Hang on, math.
You're
Yeah,
going
fuck it. Why not blow it?
to give a math. What are you, a devil?
Yep,
Orebeth
I'm
is
gonna
not
give him that.
interested in your
Both of
math.
you gain 20 hit points.
Yay!
A devil cleric shows up and just gives you math homework.
Orebeth is not interested in your math homework. And for the last time, Orebeth will not help you with it.
Which, by the way, I'm going to cast Mage Armor. Just side note.
Okay,
I forgot that I have that at will, too.
cast that, and Yasha looks like a skeleton now.
Oh. Well, I'm sure that's fine.
That's a neat trick.
Do I know why I look like a skeleton?
It's one of the Dread Realm BS things it does with magic.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a cosmetic. It doesn't change it mechanically.
I assure everyone that it's fine.
Her
And that we all
eyes.
have skeletons inside us anyway.
The only part of her that isn't skeleton is her eyes.
Chance
that's
just lands
terrifying.
on your shoulder. We match.
Yep, we sure do.
Even her, but
Orebeth has seen worse.
even in this weird skeletal form, there are unnatural green blotches on the bones.
Mm,
Gross.
this is less cool.
So do you
I
guys
mean,
go?
Yisha's okay with it,
You guys go
but I
further
don't
in?
think it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we have to.
Come on up.
Okay. Go further in. And this isn't a super big ship, mind you. Like the inside is like just one big room after this. So this room is dominated by a metallic hexagonal table, which has been bolted to the floor. Scorch marks and skeletons litter the area, and the room is lit by a flickering glass bar from above. With your 30 passive perception, you somehow also get that with medicine, as you realize they're all gnome skeletons.
Gnomes, or at least something is shaped like a gnome. I say, picking up parts of the skeleton. I could
Yes.
bring them back if we wanted them to walk around and carry our stuff.
We don't really have a lot of stuff at the
Not
moment.
really.
Orebeth doesn't think that they would fly with him, so let us leave them dead.
Can we tell what killed them?
You see that they all show small signs of disease, bone growths, lesions, and warped spinal columns.
Do I think that the disease that affected them is affecting us?
You can only assume.
They died from whatever is affecting us.
Good.
So
But
familiar.
for all of you, including the Canary, their outfits do not, they're not from a culture that any of you are familiar with. Their
It's like-
outfits look very alien.
I heard
Their
about
clothes look really stupid and pointless. They don't look like they're made out of dead things at all, I say, picking up a shirt.
They look like they maybe don't belong to where we're from.
As you go to pick up the shirt, you notice it's not made of cotton or wool. It seems to be made of some weird. It feels like a rubbery material. But as you go to pick it up, that rubbery material is like old and cracked, and you just like rip off part of it. You don't even get the whole shirt.
This looks disturbing and gross. Why not just make clothes out of dead things?
You notice all of them are red.
In any way.
All of their shirts are
Fucking
red.
serious.
I added that one.
It's like,
He throws the rubbery cloth stuff back down on the ground. Well, pointless.
I might be able to try and heal your disease, buddy, if it's giving you too much of a headache.
No.
Orebeth can heal all of our diseases right now, but he chooses not to.
Canary.
remember something from my world, but I'm old. There's like 160 over. Damn.
Orebeth has not died from this before.
There's something about a bunch of gnomes. Fuck.
You can't help but notice, Canary, that some of them are carrying objects in their hands. Tiny handheld devices with a weird nozzle and a trigger on the handle.
Oh shit, guns.
What now?
It's gun.
Oh, no,
What
they
is-
have those in Forgotten Realms. They're just not that
Yes.
common. Yeah.
What is
Depends
guns?
on what era you guys are from.
Those don't look like normal guns.
Orebeth looks over at you. What is guns?
It's a device that fires projectiles. It's an advanced version of an addle.
Oh, a fancy crossbow.
More
Yeah,
advanced.
sort of. They have
Yeah.
those every, in some places in Faerun.
You've all
Do they
heard.
make dead things? Orebeth says, picking one up.
You all have heard of drow. Some drow that have some of these pistols and firearms.
Do they make dead things quickly?
Make things
They kill
yeah.
things
Potentially. It depends on
just
a
as
few
well as
factors.
any other weapon.
Which, ironically enough, is coming from a drow, but who is not from Faerun. Who knows about guns?
I'm gonna use Mage Hand and pick up some random thing that isn't a dead person.
Orebeth picks
As
one
you
up.
Like, hey,
cast
try and
Mage
shoot that.
Hand, the Mage Hand is a skeleton hand as it goes and picks it up.
Hey, that's cool.
That looks neat. Orebeth picks one up with his regular hand.
Okay.
Now,
I was gonna say
I know there was a couple years ago.
No.
I went to an auction that had some interesting advanced firearms. It
Anyone
was
who-
from Barrier Peak.
Anyone
Orebeth
who
picks
wants
it up
to
and shakes it.
anyone who wants to try to figure out how it works, including the Canary, give me intelligence saving throws. The Canary will get advantage because he knows it's a gun and he's used guns before, but this one's a really advanced gun. You don't see where the bullets go.
24.
Orebeth
I was
picks it up.
holding up some random piece of the ship and try and shoot it.
24.
Okay, you succeed on the first check as you figure out how to turn it on. As you see lights turn on it. It's like bzzz.
It is
Just
like that Barrier Peak. Wish I had more
Is it
money.
magical? Is that why it glows?
You're thinking.
Orebeth drops his on the ground immediately after you push a button and it glows.
What did Orebeth
Curse.
get?
You've been burned before.
What did Orebeth get? Or is he not? Is he not?
Orebeth picked it up, looked at it, shaked it, and upon hearing nothing make noise, dropped it on the ground after it started glowing.
Okay, luckily this isn't our kind of firearms, or it probably would have misfired.
You know, most firearms actually don't do that. That's a Hollywood myth.
Oh, cool.
Not new ones, at least. Old ones, maybe.
Yeah, but it's kind of this thing where it's apparently dumb to create a weapon that if you drop, it kills the person that bought it.
Yeah, it's really weird. You know, it's like it's a bad customer
I'm
service.
sorry.
Canary.
Meg,
It's a
you have a
delicate
feather
bubble.
thing on your head, and you look
Exactly.
like a peacock that's very agreeable.
That's generally what I feel like.
Obviously, because that myth, more people get injured than if people knew the truth. Because everyone
Because
tries
they
to
don't drop
drop the
it.
gun instead of just
Yeah.
letting you drop it safely
Right.
and
Accidentally hit the
accidentally
trigger.
shoot because they grab the trigger by accident.
Canary, give me another intelligence check. This time, well, it's still at advantage.
Wait, intelligence check.
Saving throw.
Because there's a difference in my numbers by
A big difference.
not as huge as you think. I have intelligence saving throws. That's
Oh, okay.
proficient.
Yeah, that's right.
It'd be that or investigation, and you're not really investigating it. You're trying to figure out how it works, and it's alien tech.
Oddly enough, my
I mean,
save
that
would be her.
be investigating.
Yeah,
Oh, saves better. Sweet.
This is the most intelligent saves I've ever heard of in my life.
24.
Right.
24. Okay, you figured out how to use this thing pretty well. You like Han Solo flip it around and stuff.
Never encountered something quite like this. Similar. You know.
As you go to fire
He
it,
vaporized whatever it is my mage hand's holding.
as you go to fire it at the thing she's holding, a beam of light shoots out of it, and it does 5 radiant damage.
Ooh.
Ah, Orebeth can do that. That's not impressive at all.
And since the Canary has such high checks on intelligence and stuff, you quickly realize that the little runes on like the back of this thing are how much ammo's left. But it's like 2 digits, but you don't know what the digits are. They're in some weird alien language. It's not even gnome. It's not even gnomish. You're not sure what language
The
this is.
skeleton hand just goes, oh, and drops it.
But this is a.
I cast mage hand and cats, whatever you dropped.
But
And just like comes to rest on her shoulder.
this does 2d6 radiant damage, and it is a martial ranged weapon. Now that you figured out how to use it, well, no, you're not trained in it, so I can't give you proficiency.
Yeah, understandable.
Sorry. But hey, you can use it.
Yeah.
Not that it matters. Your sneak attack does infinitely more damage.
Sneak attack with it.
Oh God.
You can call it
Would
ray.
that be?
You can call it a ray gun because that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Ysha will say if you're gonna shoot any of us by accident, make it me, because I'm good at against that kind of damage.
Besides these weird little firearms that the Canary talks about, and these weird skeletons with the latex outfits that are dried out, you don't really see anything else in this room. But there is another door, but it is closed. Another one of these metal doors.
I'm gonna cast detect magic near the door. Is there any kind of magical trappage or anything? Or any magic
you don't
behind
sense
it?
any magic on the door, suggesting that the power isn't working to it.
Okay.
Does it look safe?
It looks safe in the magic sense.
You detect magic on the other side, though, not like directly on the other side.
Yeah.
But your detect magic can't go through this 3 inches of steel. So.
Okay. I think,
cool.
yeah, I'll relay that there's magic on the other side.
So I'm going to have the hand open the door.
Hold on.
Nope. Okay.
Your ghost sight, your sight beyond sight.
You just X-rays through the door.
I gotta check something out real quick.
Wait, do you lift up an eye patch and look somewhere with a strangely dead-looking eye?
Damn. How?
I don't know. Our passive perception wasn't high enough to
Well,
see what the hell
I don't
he was
think I can
using.
see through
Last
it.
time he
It's
used
shitty
it-
from metal.
Last time he used it, Orebeth wasn't there, and you all are really close
Yeah,
now.
that's true.
Knowledge religion check 31. What does that eye look like?
You
There's a goat
immediately
with a cat, a pupil.
recognize it for what it is.
Orebeth just smiles a really big smile when he sees your eye. That's a neat trick. I know what that does.
Yes, that's what I
Orebeth
see.
Orebeth is just smiling. Oh, it lets you do more than that, doesn't it, Drow?
Sometimes.
You
Yeah,
should just
too
like
big for me
behind
to
the
see
door.
through.
You can't see through it.
It's how thick?
A few inches.
Yeah, if it's more than one, I can't see through the metal. If there's
Aw.
a different metal or a different material, I'd be able to do it. It's really short range X-ray vision.
So apparently level 20 doesn't save me from shitty rolls. My insight check was terrible to figure out what the fuck you two were talking about. I rolled a 5.
I
Oh,
look to
got
the
five.
Drow. I look to
I'm
the
gonna roll
Drow,
inside as well.
and in undercommon, I say to you, I wonder who you stole that from.
Don't you know? I'm the Canary.
I smile a toothy grin. Orebeth knows.
You speak undercommon?
Orebeth also
Oh
speaks
shit, you're
dark.
drow. Never mind. I just default to human all the time.
Yeah,
Everyone's got to speak your language, am I right?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm
yeah,
not joking,
Orebeth says something to the Drow in a
For
language.
humans, it's a really uncommon language.
Orebeth says something to the Drow in a language that you don't understand.
And I'm just like, I'm the Canary. Haven't you heard the stories?
Orebeth just smiles. Ha ha ha. Orebeth likes you.
My
He's
mage
just
hand
rolling her
opens the
eyes and
door
saying
if
something
it
under
is
her breath.
unlocked.
The door is not locked, but it's a huge sheet of metal that is like fallen downwards. You can't open it. It looks like
okay.
you'd have to somehow be able to lift it or push it up.
Does it
Okay.
look like it can be affected by sonic vibrations?
It looks like it can be damaged, yes.
Okay, cool. I stand in front of it and I go, Orebeth will open the door. Please stand back.
I stand back.
And Orebeth stands in front of the door and holds his hand outward and just continuously emits Thunderwave until the door breaks.
Okay, Thunderwave is a deck con save or something, right?
No, it just takes damage if it's an unattended object.
I know, I'm just saying it's not an attack roll.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
A 30-foot wave outstretched from my hand.
How much damage does it do?
2d8
2d8?
per round.
After about 3 minutes, he breaks the door.
And
Yeah,
it
I'll
is,
assist with Eldritch
Ow.
Blast.
it is audible 300 feet away.
Everybody con saves. Except for Orebeth. Orebeth's fine.
Sorry.
As Chris Perkins says, for you, Orebeth, anything.
24.
Okay?
Ooh, that's going to be super low for me. 7.
17.
Okay, the Canary is now deaf for a minute. You're in a small
You can
enclosed
add
area
three-
made of
add
metal.
plus-
As he's-
Add +3 from my aura, but
Nope, I'm not. I'm immune to deafen.
Oh, cool. There you go.
It's like,
nice. Good to know.
yep.
It's really loud. You can't even hear
Oh god,
yourself
we're in a
think.
metal box.
Yeah.
Our
Can't-
teeth are probably
Yeah.
fucking rattling.
Yeah. Orebeth seems completely unaffected by this.
Next time.
I could have
Let's try
just used
crowbar.
knock. You probably can't even hear me over it.
Orebeth
can't
turns
hear-
around as you say that, and Orebeth goes, "Where would the fun in that be?" As the door rends apart.
Not only can he not hear that, you can't even hear yourself thinking of saying that. That's how loud it is in here. Your brains are rattling in your skulls.
Yeah, Ysha was gonna help by like doing some cantrips, but no.
Yeah,
Like,
James
yeah, I'll
is
just let
probably
this happen
hiding in the hood of Althea's cloak.
Eventually,
No.
eventually the door dents in enough that it actually comes out of the frame and just shoots into the room.
Hope there wasn't anything valuable in there.
I stop immediately on the door breaking, and I go, "Door's open."
Cool. Yep. I'm gonna kick the rest of the door out of the way and head in.
It's all one solid door piece. It's just that whole
Vibrated
piece.
it out
just
of its
full-
frame.
Yeah. One wall of the room is covered by a gigantic black sheet of glass. As you approach, colors swirl to life across its surface, shedding illumination on a panel below it covered in buttons. The floor near the panel is leaking a blue fluid which resembles liquid lightning.
Orebeth
Oh, that's
looks down at the
funny.
blue fluid. I get really close to it without touching it. Does it feel sparky?
Ooh, well, give me a sec.
He blows us all up by playing with like plutonium.
As you get really, do you touch it? Like, how
No.
close are you getting?
No, I'm gonna get but not touch it.
Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
How big is this room?
Actually pretty big. It's maybe like
No, I see that he's probably doing something stupid. I'm gonna stay so he's close enough in my aura.
this is
I
the
backed
opposite.
up.
This is the opposite end of this like 100-foot long room. As he just goes up towards the console where the blue lightning liquid stuff is leaking, and he's not touching it, but getting pretty close.
I'm like leaning through the door from the other room.
10.
10.
Yep.
You
At
gain-
+3, but I don't know that that's gonna save you. Probably not.
Yeah, that was with +3.
Oh, nice.
Okay, Orebeth. Gotta go back and forth in this. You immediately cough up blood, and your nose is bleeding. You now have disadvantage on all attack rolls and saving throws. As you
Orebeth
gain,
is sick of this nonsense.
as you gained another level of exhaustion. You feel like whatever this blue stuff is, it increased your disease.
Hmm.
It seemed like just getting near it. It felt tingly on your skin when you got near it. Almost
Orebeth
like
thinks
almost
this
like
is-
lightning.
Orebeth thinks this is what is causing our disease.
You got a real craving for bananas. potassium helps with radiation.
Oh, I don't
with your
fucking know
thyroid.
this.
You're the one who took how many classes of like physics and earth science? And shit.
Like, 1?
Hmm?
Do
Yeah.
do any of you interact with the console at all? Or
Not yet.
No,
I'm waiting
looking-
Orebeth for doing. Hey,
Fair.
touch the one of you two. Touch the console. See what happens.
Okay.
Other person, you might want to step back.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What kind of save is it?
I'm looking right now at what
Intelligence save, right?
at what your options are. This is where it gets complicated because you're interacting with a computer. So I gotta
I know.
like, there's a lot of options for you when you're pressing a random button. Praise be to chaos.
Blessed be chaos.
That's what it was. Right. Roll me a d6 and a d4.
Okay.
Tell me the result on each dice specifically.
The D4 is 1 and the D6 is 3.
Okay. A bunch of weird runes and stuff pop up on the black glass sheet above you.
Is it undercommon, draconic, or dark speech?
None of those.
Is it Chandothic?
Nope.
Okay. I don't know
It's
what
not
it's
celestial, infernal, or abyssal by any chance.
Nope.
I didn't think so.
It's not any of the languages Orebeth speaks. Anyone else?
These can't.
It is not Thieves' Cant. But you think these runes could
I
work really
can
well
cast-
for Thieves' Cant.
Oh my god, I can cast comprehend languages.
That
Oh?
might be nice.
Oh, I can read all writing. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that would have helped. Thank you. It says scanning navigation room.
Okay, I'll relay that information.
Sensors blip on the screen and they confirm as you're reading this text up here. All the adventurers are on the ship. All 4 of you. They're the only life forms on the ship. However, there is a small fuzzy blip that occasionally appears near the ship, but it vanishes almost as soon as it appears.
Okay.
What is a blip?
You see like a radar,
That.
and this is pictures. You can understand the pictures. It's a map of this ship. You seem to be in the middle of it, and there's like little dots, and you assume the 4 dots are you and the rest of the
there's-
people in the room, because there's 4
There's
dots in
a
one room.
the shape of the room, and then there's 4 dots. Does my familiar show up as dot?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, it might, but it's so small and close to your dot that they just look
That's
like one dot. But there is a very faint one that is just outside the ship every once in a while, and then it just disappears.
Is
That's
it like the
interesting.
other side from where we came from? Towards the
Yes.
mountain?
Yes.
Something is outside.
Looks like something was following us.
On the wing. Something.
Is it like moving away from us, or does it seem like it's waiting?
You're not sure. It seems to only show up when you're not expecting it to show up on the screen.
Maybe it is part of this dead world you spoke of.
Perhaps.
Maybe. I mean, we sort of accidentally fell into this realm. Maybe something else is
As-
falling in and out.
As you say, maybe it's possibly part of this dead world you speak of, the screen immediately flickers off, and all the lights in here flicker, and Jake wouldn't be able to watch this scene, as all the lights are flickering everywhere. And then the light, his brother, he has epilepsy stuff. Anyway, so the screen turns back on, and instead of the map you had on before, you see video footage of yourselves exploring the farm area.
Which is probably really disorienting, considering most of us have never seen a video.
There is
Yeah.
pictures of Orebeth here.
It seems to be
It's just
through the
like,
eyes
that's what it
of something that's maybe like 3 foot tall, and it's like shaking around like they're walking around and stuff.
I'm like, is it a scrying wall?
Orebeth
think
can do
so.
that. It is a clairvoyance spell. Somebody is using clairvoyance to look at us.
Maybe
I'm gonna
it's
cast
the-
Current of Stars just in case the lights go out again.
I do have my staff lit up, but
Yeah, I
it's
know, but I wanted to do that anyway.
That's fair. Yeah, no.
Stars.
So I have a little crown of like 7 stars going around my crown.
Do
Okay.
you think how
After-
long has it been since we crossed that bridge, by the way?
Probably about an hour.
Oh, yeah, okay, fly's super gone then.
You guys.
If someone had true sight, they could see the eye that is looking at us with the clairvoyance.
As
They
the
do
video,
have true sight.
as the video shows you guys,
You should with that thing.
as the video shows you guys flying away from the well towards the ship, the footage just stops. All the lights do the flicker thing on, and then it goes back to the screen it was on before.
Whatever
So
it
we
is
know we are
can't get
being
near
watched.
this ship. So whatever is making us sick is affecting this invisible eye that is looking at us.
Or it is the invisible eye that's
Orebeth,
making us sick.
Orebeth thinks we should leave the ship, and Orebeth will throw the ship down the mountain.
Orebeth, you hear the static stuff from your god, like the white noise and all that, and that the word seems to come in just a little clearer now as one word pierces through this void of static, as you just hear like, and you just like you can't understand it, but it's just like a little clearer now. Before it was just like you had like the
Oh, so there was one word, but he doesn't understand the word.
yeah, you know it's one word though.
Something divine is attempting to talk to us.
Must not be that powerful.
No, it is probably far away or dead.
And I haven't heard anything from the Raven Queen, have I?
We're pretty sure.
Do you try to contact the Raven Queen?
Well, I'll send a little feeler out, see if I can get her intel on what the hell's happening.
She seems to be avoiding it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
If she's greater than a demigod, she'd be able to pierce the boundary if she want.
Yes.
I mean,
course
it's
she
kind of
was.
uncomfortable sometimes for the further planes. I know when I was in hell, it was kind of difficult for Soon to reach me.
Does anyone press any more buttons?
Let's go see into fish.
Okay,
There's
fucking rude.
I'll see if I can read all the runes and stuff. So I'll see if I can figure out which buttons to press to see if I can figure out anything else about this blip. Like if there's a zoom button or something, I'll see if I can figure something out.
These buttons seem to be forming some kind of alphabet as you're reading it. It seems like the individual buttons don't do anything. It's a combination of buttons that form a word.
Okay. Should I make an intelligence check to see if I can like
Yeah, sure.
attempt to zoom in on the map?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, you're... Okay, yeah.
7.
Okay, you attempt to zoom in on the map, and the map of the ship itself disappears, but
Oh.
projecting onto this screen, you see a staggering map of stars leading off into infinite space.
Ooh.
Everyone
looks
but
pretty.
the Canary needs to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Did everybody except for me?
Yeah.
You kind of.
17.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's still not that bad. Hang on, math. 15.
Do we get the +3 from the paladin?
Yep, you're all close enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
20.
All right. Well, Orebeth is sorry he couldn't have rolled better. 31. With her +3, it's max.
You are
It's my
immune to
max
this.
save.
You are immune to this madness, for you are madness itself.
Wait, if we ever get to roll charisma anything, it's gonna be great.
You got this.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'll hold out.
Right. Right.
Of course, my bladder is betraying me, so I'll be right back.
I'm gonna take the second to go get a sweater and maybe some better fucking dice, considering I rolled a 4 and a 6.
Mm.
I seriously
Cursed.
haven't rolled above a 10, huh?
Cursed dice of doom.
Considering I haven't rolled above a 10 forever.
Yeah.
Seeing as we're dealing with radiation, I think I'm going to switch my glow in the dark dice for the radioactive green ones I used.
Oh, I should get my glow in the dark ones.
Yeah. Because I have these
Well, I lost
dice.
a D20.
I have these dice,
Ooh, nice.
which are all green and radioactive looking, and I have these, which glow in the dark, like a bright glow color when they have enough
Yeah,
light.
I have these ones that glow in the
Oh,
dark.
those look so cool.
They're the
I like-
only mixed color glow in the dark dice that I've ever seen.
That is really cool. I like that.
Because they're always one color, which
Yeah.
makes sense.
That is really
Yeah,
cool.
it looks
Mine are the
super cool
generic
with-
glow color whenever they glow. I've seen them. You can't really
Yeah.
see it here because it's too much light in this room.
This is probably the most like radiation colored dice that I have.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would work though.
Yeah. Cyan and magenta, and with a flamingo on it, so that's a
Right.
bonus.
Well, it's like the Fallout 4 Quantum Nuka-Cola factory when you get Nuka World and there's quantum Nuka-Cola everywhere and everything's glowing blue.
I know vaguely what you mean, yeah.
Yeah. It's like that quantum Nuka-Cola color. It's got radioactive isotope number 9 in it, which is what they used in Nuka-Cola Quantum. Which is why when you drink Nuka-Cola, you get 9 rad levels in the game. Because it's literally radioactive.
Oh my god.
I love Fallout.
Oh, there's my D4.
Okay, sorry.
It's on the floor
I'm
from
back.
last week.
Okay, so Althea, roll me a D100.
Okay, cool.
Hooray! Rolling a D100 is always either a very good or a very bad thing.
Yeah,
The only
probably
time-
very bad.
The only time it's good is when you crit, and you're like, oh, that's
Yeah.
what it's
Oh,
for.
I already rolled it. I got a 49.
49.
But next time I'll use the golf ball.
You begin babbling
Oh yeah.
and are incapable of normal speech or spell casting for the next 9 minutes.
Oh. That's a very specific amount of minutes.
I don't know. That's weird. Time frame.
It's short term. So it's only a D10 minutes. And the dice
Nine?
and the dice don't
Nine?
like you, so it almost matched.
Yeah, she's probably just like continuing talking, and she thinks she sounds normal, but no, it's just gibberish.
She's making like very reasonable faces and like thinking really hard about stuff. But
Yeah.
It's just coming out like blah, blah, blah.
She's like-
Flop, flab dom, blim blom, flib blom.
Yeah,
Yeah, basically.
that or just
Do
like
you realize that I'm talking like an idiot?
no, and no matter what they say to convince you, you can't. You're like, no,
Well,
I'm
that's his
thinking
not
normally.
shit.
Okay.
Dark speech.
I don't know what happened. Like a spell went off, but blah blah blah. blah.
She's just like ooga shaka, ooga 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 shaka.
Or Orebeth feels oddly disturbed by this conversation.
Yeah, you can't just stop this feeling. Oh wait, wrong campaign. Sorry. That's retroverse material right there.
Yeah. That's definitely retroverse material.
So she's doing that for the next 9 minutes. Is anyone else pressing any
Cool.
buttons? Oh, you suffer this level of madness as you come to the revelation of your own insignificance, as you realize that your world isn't the only one out there.
Cool.
You didn't
I'll
know
try and
about
turn that
space until now.
Cool. Okay.
You have that like dread of being like, I'm just on a rock floating in space, kind of.
Somebody need to get her some Thorazine. It helps with that schizophrenia.
She'll be fine. I've dealt with a lot of crazy people in my job. Well, no.
Thanks.
So
Orebeth
she's
is
just
high
like,
priest
she'll,
of
she'll get
Talos.
over it. It's fine.
Orebeth is high priest of Talos, god of chaos. This does not surprise Orebeth.
Yeah.
God is the god of storms
Can
and
I
destruction.
understand them?
He is.
Yeah, you can understand them just fine. It's almost like you're talking to them and they're pulling this really douchey prank on you where they're pretending like they
Yeah.
don't know what you're saying. That's probably what your madness makes you think
Yeah.
you conceive it as.
My God, weed.
I'm just like trying to talk to my Can my raven understand me?
No.
Because we speak telepathically.
Oh,
Yeah,
telepathically? Yes.
Okay.
If anyone speaks with her telepathically, they will. This is specifically speaking. But for some reason,
Oh, I can
it
do
also
that.
affects her spell casting. She cannot cast spells for the next 9 minutes.
Orebeth points towards the weird screen with the pictures on it. Is everyone done with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to try and turn it back to the map with the blips to see if that other dot has moved at all.
You notice that there's
Go ahead. Don't touch the blue stuff. It'll make you more sick.
Don't worry, I won't.
there's seems to be 6 main buttons, and then the 6 main buttons seem to correspond with 4 buttons that go with those 6 buttons.
Looks like
Yes.
liquid radiance.
I
Like,
press Control or Delete.
Action.
Oh no.
Radianceation?
You press Control Delete.
I don't. That was a meme.
Okay.
I
just
press
making
whatever
sure.
whatever I think will lead me back to the radio.
Okay, give me another intelligence check then. At
Okay.
disadvantage.
I'm not very intelligent. God damn.
Have you tried turning it off and back on?
I rolled a 15 and a 16. So
Okay.
with the
Nice.
15 plus 0, so 15.
Okay, unlike last time, the reason it was disadvantaged is because you rolled low enough on your total last time. It made it disadvantage
Yeah.
for the next time, but you still did it. So you put it, and it goes back to the scan option for navigation.
And can I see the blip at all? If
Yeah.
I stare at it long enough?
Like the second you turn it on, you see that blip was there. The first wave it did the scan, but then it's not there after that. You also notice while you're trying to get back to the scan option, there is a set course option.
Huh.
And also crew health scan under this section, this navigation section.
Okay. I'm gonna press crew health scan. See
Okay.
if that comes up with
You're
anything.
dead, Jim.
The screen pops up. What's your medicine? Are you proficient with medicine?
No. It's a +2.
Okay. The screen throws up a bunch of biometrics for all the humans aboard. Humanoids, I should say, revealing their state of health, dietary habits, and frequency of bowel movements. And you notice all of you are suffering from this disease that comes up, since you can read it, is called, which I didn't think you guys would be able to find this even at 20 level, which is congratulations to you. The
Yes.
Malaise. Malaise.
As she says that disease, do I think that I can cure that with my magic?
You're not sure. You've never heard of this disease before.
Do I think that my magic spell that specifically states it cures all diseases could cure this disease?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
How do you spell that again?
Malaise.
I see.
And I can't help but think mayonnaise.
Malaise.
It's pronounced malaise, I think.
Malaise.
A general feeling of discomfort, illness, or uneasiness.
Yeah.
That seems like that's what the crew members have named it.
Oh, boy, Taylor.
I'm just like, wait, did they just name the disease essentially a synonym for disease? I mean, what the hell?
Let's gloss over that. At least we have a name for it now.
And you notice it shows the scan of like when it gives too much information. It tells you when everybody went to the bathroom last and everything.
Cool. I note
Huh.
that for future reference.
But Orebeth seems to have later stages in the disease than you guys do.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm gonna put forth the idea that we wait for Althea to stop babbling nonsense, and then we go after whatever this blip is.
Oregon
good.
is a good lab.
Yes, honey.
She's just like, she actually just says, "I wish I was dead," and you all are like, "Yes, honey."
Same. Death comes for us all. The Raven Queen will be waiting for you.
All right.
Orebeth has died before. This would not be the
Yeah,
first.
considering I guarantee with my rolls, I would not succeed in an insight check. Just realize they're not fucking with me.
All right. For the next 5 minutes, what do you guys do in here while you're waiting? Do you
Orebeth does
do you
not think we should stay here much longer.
do you check out more things on here? Because I'd say you can read stuff and you've been interacting with the console enough. You notice that the other sections are engineering, ship log. You're currently in navigation, weapons, communications, and SOS. You're not understanding. You don't know what that means. It says SOS. In all
I'll
caps.
go into ship's log if no one else wants to read anything else.
Nobody
That's
else
not
can
it.
read it. Nobody else.
Captain's log.
Captain's log.
Yeah, I'm reading everything out loud if anyone else wants to look at it.
Okay, thank you for picking that because I love the ship logs. Okay, I just gotta find them again. Where are they? Oh, right. You put them in a confusing spot at the beginning of the module.
Yay! 700-page PDF.
It's scene setting.
Yeah.
Stuff that we're not meant to read.
Ship log.
Long.
Ship log. Entry 50.
My shirt.
It just comes up and it's just this wall of like weird alien runes, but even with your madness, you can read it. Since you got that, you can read all languages or whatever.
Yeah.
Ship's log entry 50. Day 21. The Haphazard. Sidewheeler class. That's like the title of this log. And then it goes into the main entry. The gate is missing a few vital components, but the captain refuses to listen. The look in his eyes. No one wants to say it, but I think he might have gone crazy. This isn't the man we knew, the man who drew the plans to get us out of here. The food we brought won't last forever, and we can't afford to wait here day after day, whilst N keeps pretending that he can make it work to keep the captain happy. Things are about to come to a head. Mark my words. When you try to access any of the other logs, you just hear like a and they don't seem to work.
Okay. Interesting.
What?
At this point, we'll say her like in mid-sentence, your madness goes away.
What'd you find?
Oh, you're back.
I found some necklaces, a couple spoons, a fork,
How the hell did
couple
you get my
knives.
necklace?
some shoes.
Orebeth's hair is gone.
He just stole your mustache.
Yeah. I've been reading aloud everything that I've read, so yeah, everybody knows.
Interesting. Something terrible seems to have happened to whoever flew this weird metal ship.
I think perhaps this
I thought we knew
captain that they speak of may have had the same malaise that we all have.
Perhaps. My magic can remove this disease, but I'm
I
not
think
sure
maybe
the
you-
level of it we will acquire if we continue to travel.
Yes.
How many times can you remove it? Like how many times can you cast
Well,
it?
I can remove it from all of us once, and then we have to wait a day before I can do it again.
Maybe we should wait.
You all suddenly hear a blaring, like, going through the entire thing that you're in.
Somebody turns those klaxons off.
Oh, an alarm.
Lights turn red, and the two that can read the weird alien language on the screen just goes red, and it flashes in white text in all caps, intruder.
I think we
Good company.
triggered somebody's alarm spell.
No, I think somebody else triggered the alarm spell.
Whatever
Do I see
was
the blip?
outside.
I try and go back to
This
the radar
noise,
screen.
this noise is shrill and irritating, and no matter what you do on the console, you can't seem to do anything on it now.
Okay. I'm gonna start heading out and towards where the blip
Wait.
was.
So the languages you understand, it's languages you can read or languages you can hear as well.
I can read all writing. That's my feat, not feat.
What about
warlock
Silverhart?
Invocation.
What was your language thing? Was that just reading?
No, if I cast comprehend languages, it's anything I hear, but I have to cast it.
Oh, I thought you casted it when she started going with the console and stuff.
I think as soon as she touched it, I started mumbling and couldn't cast anything.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys
I
hear?
think we were just
I will-
talking about the fact that you could.
You guys hear? Oskaba, Oskaba, and it's loud, shrill, and really annoying.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going. Because the plan was that as soon as she was back with us, we were going to go find the blip anyway. So I'm just doing
Yeah,
that.
this is useful. I'm
Go back out.
gonna reach over to my robe and just pull like a part off and just rip a patch off of it and sort of shake it, and a spell scroll appears. And I
Ooh.
read my spell scroll of comprehend languages.
It goes Inmampa, intruder, 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 intruder.
It's saying it's an intruder.
Intrude
Yeah.
the window.
I have a feeling the blip is coming for us.
I agree. Let's go.
Yeah.
Initiatives.
Oh no!
The warlock is near the front. This will be fine.
I look
Oh
over.
God! Sorry.
I
the
look
gold
over
claw.
at Canary and I go, "Use your eye."
Who is using my eye?
You are. 21.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
27.
Ooh. As to be expected from the Canary. Remember, you're at half movement now.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't affect my
I got a
initiative.
7.
I know, I'm just saying, for you guys trying to get out of here. Okay. Canary. You first.
What do I see?
That door that was blasted open, it looked like you heard noises coming from the wall where that door was at. Some, like, metal crunching noises.
I look. What do I see?
The door frame's still open and stuff. It just seems like it broke or something. You know, like there's supposed to be a door that slams shut, but there isn't a door anymore.
So there's nothing there.
Yep, nothing to impede you from leaving this room to go back out into the room you were in before.
I move 15 feet closer, waiting for everyone to move as a group. Because I'm like, we should stay as a group, just in case.
That's smart.
But make sure we're about like 5 feet apart or so it makes it harder for Fireball to hit you guys.
Do you think you'd be near the console?
No, I didn't get nowhere near that shit.
If you guys are
So-
all more than 10 feet away from you, I can't protect you with my aura. But you seem fine. You're quick as hell on your feet.
Oh, now I'm looking at this map. That's weird. Okay, so the doors you came into were just like on a higher platform, and then there were stairs that went down to a middle platform that had the like tables and stuff, and then another platform went down below, and that's where the console was. So are you on like the middle platform, or did you stay up near the door and you're like up at the top?
Now that there's tiers, I thought it was just a hallway.
Yeah, so did I. Sorry.
I'll be in the middle.
Okay.
That way it's far enough in case the console blew up. I shouldn't have been caught.
Okay.
And then I move 15, and then I ready so that if I see something coming towards us that's anywhere aggressive, I will throw my daggers at it.
Okay, you get just to the stairs that go up to the top platform with 15 foot. Another 30 feet and you'd be out the door.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe Orebeth is next. Do you dash?
Yeah.
I thought you would like this plane.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you dash from the console. You get just to the stairs that go up to the middle section as you dash. And
Okay.
you're like out of breath as you're sick and you're trying to run. Wait, do you try to fly? I'll say the ceiling's like
No,
15
I can't
foot.
fly. I'm indoors.
Okay.
Stormborn. I can only fly when I'm outside.
Oh, interesting.
I assume it's sort of like you're using the atmospheric conditions to lift you up rather than flying of your own accord.
I'm,
Yeah.
Right,
I'm surprised
exactly.
you went into this metal death trap for you.
I mean, he
Orebeth
did ask
offer to level the
repeatedly
entire
to go out.
mountain. Nobody let Orebeth level the mountain.
Yeah.
Orebeth could flatten mountain to pile of rubble. Oh no, let's check out the metal death trap.
What's everyone's movement speeds?
15 if it's half.
30.
Yeah, this is your
34.
So 15.
15. Okay. I just wanted to make sure you guys didn't want to do anything like right as the intruder thing went off with the initiative. Since you're all trying
I do.
to oh, what are you gonna do then?
I was going to use my action to assume my radiant asthma form.
Okay. What does that look like to everybody else?
Well, it's kind of, there is a flash of white light. It's not like golden light like you might have seen of other Asimas, because I imagine you guys have seen Asimas before. Her eyes start to glow white, and she sprouts to like incorporeal wings, and they're the same kind of like mottled gray, white, black thing. And then there's just like feathers everywhere. Yeah, and then she'll use, I think, because she has a fly speed now. Can't she like fly 15 and then walk 15? Or is that not how it works?
I would say you could just fly.
Okay.
You just take off from where you're standing currently.
Yeah. Well, my speed is still 30, so it's still half to 15.
Yeah, it's
But yeah.
it's still half for flying.
I'm a bulb now.
Okay. So you guys take your various methods to get out of here. Making sure you all get out. And no one tries to bolt ahead of the group or anything.
Yep.
You guys get out at the ship. Which way do you go? As you still hear the noises blaring, and the whole ship is starting to like rumble a little bit.
Does this look like it might cause an explosion?
You just somehow with your chaotic intuition, yeah.
Orebeth thinks we should get far away. This may explode. Orebeth
Okay.
knows explosions.
I can make some of us send some of us faster, teleport two of you further away.
Actually, I'm
Or
going to
myself
cast
and one of
Expedition
you.
Retreat on myself. So I'm good.
As he says that, and he thinks it's going to be kind of explodey.
When we get outside, Orebeth immediately begins flying away.
Where is it? I'm seeing what the countdown is. Ooh, wow. Okay. As you guys get out of the ship, We're going to keep the initiatives you had before because it wanted to roll initiatives again.
As we're fleeing,
yes.
I'm gonna look because the two of you are. Well, no, you can dash like no tomorrow, right?
To an extent.
I'm looking to Oberith, and I'm like, I can turn into a giant bird and make one of us a lot faster. Interested?
Do it.
Cool. I'm gonna transform one of us into a giant eagle, even though I can't find it.
Ka.
Yeah, I think I would have remembered that I can cast Expeditious Retreat, so I would have done that already.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hear, since you can understand Gnomish now, in Gnomish, it says, starting self-destruct countdown as you guys were leaving out. 5.
Oh shit, I heard that as well. I'm gonna grab Oberith and fly my 80 feet as a giant eagle.
On
Nice.
the start of this round, it says 5, and that's when it goes and goes into initiative mode. So it goes back to
Okay.
Canary.
You motherfuckers!
Which
I don't even remember. What did we touch? Oh, we triggered the intruder alarm.
I'm saying that because you guys are like zoom.
I don't think we did.
You can dash if I
I'm
don't
still
think you're
doing
gonna be
half.
faster enough. Oh shit, that's right. No, I've got 2 claws and I'm
45.
large size. I'm gonna grab
My
both
full-
Oberith and
All out speed is 45.
Actually, what am I talking about? I'm gonna dive down and have you guys jump on top of me because I might be able to carry all of you. And even
Yeah.
with Expeditious Retreat, you're still only going a max of 30 Ysha.
Yeah.
this disease is still at the same state it was when you were in your
I
original
am
form.
going at.
So your speed is still halved.
Yeah, okay, so I'm using my action to dash and my movement, so my speed is normally 80. So I would move a total of 80.
Yeah.
Still a bit
That's what I
faster.
do. I fly quickly.
Scoop up everybody and fly out.
Okay.
And there is a very concerned skeleton raven clutching onto the top of my head.
Which direction? Which direction do you go? Do you go up towards the mountain, or are you heading back towards the bridge?
As you begin to fly out, Orebeth gives you the best course of action to get as far away from the explosion as possible. Fly upward at a 45-degree angle, slightly towards the sky.
I will do that. I'm concerned if the ship blows up, it's going to roll downhill.
The direction
So
you're going to
it's not
travel is
be
upward
down.
and towards the base of the mountain, but upward.
What's
Yeah,
your paladin
that one.
level?
9,
Why haven't you cured us of our diseases?
because I used it to heal our actual wounds.
Orebeth also said he could cure
And I
this.
don't know whether I can do it. Because it's not a normal disease.
It just straight up says disease.
Yeah, the magic disease thing, I think they got rid of in 5th. There's no
Yeah.
such thing. It's just disease, period.
And I could only
And there
do
are
it for
some
one
things
of
that
us.
have an exception, but they're special things.
Mummy Rot's one of the few exceptions.
Right.
Do multiple
this is
Chaos
not
Phage
I don't have enough.
from
I
Slod.
used my lay on
also.
hands to
Yeah,
heal
I know.
us before we got diseased.
So which way are you guys running away from the explosion? Is the question. I'm
45-degree angle upwards towards the base of the base of the mountain goes down like this. We're flying up and away from the explosion.
So you're going
Game
up towards
over, man.
towards the mountain
Game
then?
over.
No,
Continuing up
away
towards it?
from the tip, away from the peak, towards the base,
So back down where you came from.
but upwards.
So back towards the
We're
house.
going
So yes,
away
towards-
just
in the
straight
direction
up
of the
from the mountain.
Yeah,
So we're
in the
above.
direction of the farm, but at an upwards 45-degree angle.
Okay, you guys continue flying that way, and you just hear in Gnomish, every round it counts down another one. So it's not every second. So it's like 5, 4,
That's a delayed.
3, 2, 1, and as you guys are just, I would say you've gotten just to the other side of the ravine where this bridge was at. There's just a huge explosion.
We're way up in the air, though.
Yes.
We're not near the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, just to clarify. So when this
I
goes
turn
rolling down
around
the
and look to see
mountainside,
what
we're
it's
not.
doing.
The ship
Right from my head.
self-destructed. It exploded. Big fireball.
Whee!
Debris going
Holy
everywhere.
destruction
Blacks-
upon us all.
Black smoke.
You just hear the skeleton grow. Shit. In like actual words, because crows can mimic shit.
Orebeth
Yeah.
floats away from where you are, and he goes, "Okay, everyone hold still." It looks like a very powerful spell that Orebeth is casting.
What do you cast?
I am casting a 9th level spell,
Which is
Mass Heal.
Ooh.
what does Mass Heal do?
Everyone is removed of blindness, deafness. They're cured of all sickness and all diseases, and I can heal a grand total of 700 total hit points worth of damage between the lot of us.
Holy shit.
So everyone's
Oh.
healed up to full, and every disease that could possibly exist that everyone has is removed.
Your health
But we're good.
goes all the way back to full,
Mhm.
but everyone keeps their levels of exhaustion and is still diseased.
Fucking shitty.
Hmm.
As you feel that part of the spell fail immediately as you cast it.
Orebeth thinks there are some shenanigans going on.
I thought we
Perhaps
knew that.
that's of divine
Ysha
nature.
thinks that's pretty
Call,
obvious.
Call.
And as
I'm
you
still
finish
illegal.
casting it, you hear from the static, "Feed."
But I'm not hungry. I have a ring of sustenance.
That's
Hmm.
incredibly concerning.
Something is hungry.
It did not
Just
sound like
whispered
any of your gods that you talked to.
is a divine being of some sort, but I'm not sure which one. Knowledge religion. 16.
The only thing you could think of is possibly the Jubilix, the demon prince, but this doesn't look like the Abyss at all, and you've already said that you're in a plane of dread, so that it can't be him.
The only thing that comes to mind is Jubilex, the demon prince, but this does not look like the Abyss.
What are you talking about?
This is a
Also, no
Well,
ooze,
we didn't
no
hear it.
oozes at all.
That's the
Oh,
thing.
we're-
We didn't hear anything. We're just like, you're
Or-
just talking about some random thing.
Orebeth does not expect you heard it. Orebeth can speak to gods.
Yeah,
Something-
I hear a lot of people
Oh.
can do that too.
Something godlike here is attempting to talk.
Eh,
Nobody has
I
listened.
mean, 3 out of the 4 of us can speak to gods. I just want to point that out.
As he's saying this, you all feel a drain on your overall health. Orebeth, some of your hair falls out,
Mm.
and now you
Orebeth is
and you
dying.
vomit blood. Everybody else coughs up blood.
It is just like bird stuff.
So-
Orebeth
Like
did not want to
flies
be down
into
there.
it now.
So everybody has the following: disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws. Movement speed is halved. Orebeth has, in addition, half of his hit points. Your hit points max is halved.
That's
See.
shitty.
yep.
I'm gonna cast Death Ward on myself, just real quick.
Campaign cues you by being a dick.
Yeah.
Because essentially it's you're dead within a couple rounds.
You die.
Or- yeah. Which is
Okay.
for a module kind of a super dick.
Give me Arcana checks.
At disadvantage, right?
Oh yeah, I guess.
Well, I rolled
14.
12.
9.
Why are you so poor at Arcana?
Because I
Because we're
fucking
rolling at
rolled a
disadvantage.
6 because I'm rolling at disadvantage.
25.
25. Canary.
Wrote an 18 and a 19.
Canary, you've been to Realms of Dread before. This is obviously the realm itself fucking with you, right? You think the only way you could get spells and a cure of this disease is if you escaped.
Well, good news and bad news, everybody.
Huh?
First, your so-called gods are complete and utter dicks to you guys. Second of all, we essentially have to find a way to escape, which typically in the domains of dread are almost non-existent. They say that if you kill the Dark Lord in control, you might be able to escape, but that's not 100% accurate. A lot of times, it won't work.
Orebeth,
There's two surefire ways to escape. And we don't have either of those.
Find the exit.
No, the Rift
There
Spanner
isn't one.
and having a god that actually gives a shit about you. Good thing my world doesn't have those.
Orebeth could use divine intervention.
Orebeth, at this point, you are feeling the sickest you have ever felt ever. You literally feel like you're dying. You're
I'm
thinking
going to fly
if you
under Oberth
you
in
can
case he falls.
he can barely move. You're starting to think maybe your limbs will give away. Eventually, time is not on your
His or
side.
mine?
His, and that possibly everyone else's will too. Eventually.
I'm gonna start flying down towards the.
There was something shiny at the top of
Woodshed.
the mountain.
You also
I say
do.
we fly towards that.
You also do remember that. You're thinking maybe that was a sign.
We should fly to the shiny thing at the top of the mountain. I say coughing up blood again.
No, you're vomiting. Everybody else is coughing.
through weird communication things. I am going to use telepathy to tell my bird to tell Chance to remind him there's something nasty in the woodshed, and tell Ysha, considering she speaks Raven. And right now I only speak giant eagle, so unless she can't speak with animals, I can't say anything directly to her.
You say there's something nasty in the woodshed?
I'm trying to remind her that
Yeah.
it's the only clue that I can think of, and I can only communicate rough things through Chance. I'm relying on the fact that he can mimic what he hears.
Okay. So he
And I
just,
can
Basically just trying to remind
also
her,
have
oh,
Raven
hey,
mimicry.
that's a thing that we heard before.
And we went to the woodshed.
Yeah, we didn't see anything there, is the thing.
Yeah.
There was something nasty there, but there was nothing there. But I can't
Maybe
say that because I'm a
rust?
giant eagle. Caw-caw.
Go.
I point towards the shiny thing at the top of the mountain.
I fly
I
towards the
guess I
shiny
ran the
thing.
choice.
I say we go there.
as he's pointing, like, even you are surprised as you're just uncontrollably shaking. Like, you guys are
As
like...
if we're going
plague-
anywhere, we need to go there very quickly.
you guys are plague level sick. Like, you guys are
not.
really
Flying
bad
very
shape.
quickly towards the
Yeah.
Orebeth looks like he can barely stand, let alone fly.
Yet he flies unhindered nonetheless.
Yeah. You fly
I wish
very
I
weakly.
cast,
You almost look like a marionette, just like a string's just holding you from like the back shoulder blades or something as you just fly.
I
Okay.
wish I cast Expeditious Retreat on myself. No, never mind. I couldn't because
Can I cast it on you?
it's only
No,
a
it's
self spell,
Never mind.
and I can't do that and polymorph at the same time.
Mm.
Come on. Okay. I fly towards it as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys are flying up here, buried into the mountain's face, there's a wide stone door that you see below you that goes to some kind of ruins. Blackened snow lies all around it. Large stone fragments of the door lie everywhere, charred and broken, as you guys are flying up the mountain.
I'm gonna land at that cave mouth.
You quickly realize that it's not a cave as you approach and look inside, but it seems to be the entrance to some kind of temple, maybe? Also, is that you guys?
I don't know what that is.
Us.
Not me.
It sounds like a bird or something.
Oh, that's probably me. There's birds outside.
Oh, that's
Oh,
that's actually
okay.
perfect to your character. So
Yeah, it's the Australia. My Australia showing.
Yeah, that's just Chance, like just very uncomfortable. Like no.
Yeah,
Except he can mimic voices, so he's just yelling no.
he's doing that cat from that viral
Yes.
video.
save Azra! Save Azra!
Yeah, this is what it's like all the time.
You're not sure who this Azra is.
Especially considering I'm pretty sure the Raven is sickened too, and he has 1 hit point. He's not doing great.
His feathers are falling out.
He's a skeleton.
Bones in his wings and parts of his rib are falling off.
Oh, his
As you
bones
seen-
are rotting.
As you're seeing very similar scene to the skeletons in the ship, as you see like weird growths on the bone, like bone cancer kind of stuff. And
Oh, now I remember what this reminds me of. The Red Curse.
The what?
It's a disease
Caw-caw.
on the red coast of on Mastara. It causes deformation and sickness. There's a metal that can protect you from it.
As you continue
We don't have any
flying,
of that.
flying upwards,
That shit's expensive.
or no, you're at the door.
I
This
got 200 pounds of it.
I don't think I
Back
can
home.
fit in this doorway as a giant eagle.
there's a small stone chamber. No, you can't fit in as a giant eagle.
Okay, then I'll change back to me.
Do you go in?
Yeah.
I'll look in.
Ysha will.
Oberth, I can try and cure you, but I worry that if I do it, I'm only gonna make it worse, because that's what happened when you tried it.
Your magic will not work. My spell should have cured all illnesses regardless of their source. Whatever is ailing us is not a source of illness.
Yeah.
It is only a source of death.
You hear more clear. You hear more clearly in your head again. Escape. Free me.
You just see Orebeth like he's listening to something, and then he nods.
I'm gonna tuck Chance into like the side of my hat.
He does like the dry the dry bones in Mario, which is like it just collapses.
Well,
Like collapses into a pile.
Yeah, just a cute little pile. You know, he just goes in there and just becomes a little bone
Oh,
pile.
okay. Like he's still alive.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm just like, that's unsettling, but okay.
You feel like he is equally unsettled. He didn't know that he was going to do that. He thought he was just going to nuzzle.
Okay, let's continue on.
You see inside here ominous humanoid faces hewn in rock engravings on the inside. There's the faces look like they suggest disapproval. Markings crisscross the walls and floor, glowing very faintly. The air here is a chill and slightly damp. Ahead of you, there's a wide stone staircase that leads upwards. When you were flying, you could see stairway, a really, really big stairway going up the mountain.
I guess let's continue on the
Do
stairway.
any of you have levels in Druid?
No.
Okay, well, I just gave away what the markings were. Anyway.
well, if it's
I do
writing,
have comprehend
we can still-
languages on.
Yeah.
I can read all writing.
Okay, you immediately know it's Druidic. They're just
Actually, comprehend languages might be gone.
they're like arcane. Yeah, it's gone by now. They're just like magic druidic runes, essentially. They're not really words specifically.
Comprehend languages last for an hour, so
Oh yeah,
and
you
it's
could.
not concentration.
Yeah, you could read it then.
Okay.
They seem to be like, just like, protection words maybe or something. You know. The stone stairway as you go through this antechamber to the staircase that leads upwards. It leads out of the room and takes a sharp turn, joining with the cavern wall. The sight beyond is breathtaking. Well, maybe not for you guys. You guys were just flying. The mountain's interior is hollow, and the staircase runs in a spiral all the way around inside of it, up until it vanishes from sight high above you. Etched into the mountain walls is gigantic humanoid faces that stare downwards as if in judgment, glowing with a faint white luminescence. Dust and memory are heavy in the air here, as the silence in the air of a sacred place.
Something is imprisoned here,
As,
and it wants out.
as he says that, his voice echoes and reverberates up the mountain.
Get the feeling we shouldn't let it out, though.
Mhm.
Might be our only choice.
Orebeth
I mean, what
shrugs.
if by releasing it, we release it onto the plains and
Oh no, if it's trapped in the domains, it's trapped in the domain.
What
We
if
can-
releasing
we-
it and then murdering it is our only choice?
Yasha, give me an insight
that
at
one I'm
disadvantage.
into.
Give me a what?
Insight at disadvantage, just because you all are so sick, you have disadvantage on everything now.
It was almost 2 4s. 12.
Okay. You're thinking whatever this thing is that's speaking to Orebeth might be the Dark Lord here.
Yeah, so if we release it and then murder it, then
It-
we might be able to leave.
It can't leave.
Yep.
Or at least it's not supposed to be
yeah,
able
well, yeah.
to. The Raven Queen would really frown upon it.
One being has escaped Ravenloft or the domains under their own power.
He had an eye for it, but you took it.
Yeah. I don't know who it was. One being there.
Maybe it was you, Poke's eye.
So you guys go through here, and then you go up the spiral staircase that heads up here, right?
Yeah.
Too many steps.
Everybody give me wisdom saving throws at disadvantage. As this, you hear like the wind blowing through up above, but it's making this weird noise through this chamber.
18.
That sounds like a terrible chiming. Okay, 18.
What are we rolling again?
Wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay,
Well-
so I have disadvantage because of that. I have advantage if it's a spell because I have spell resistance from my staff. So is it just straight?
Yeah.
Is this
And is it
considered
+3 from your thing?
Yeah. So it's a wisdom save.
charm magic?
No.
Dirty 20. And all of you can add that +3.
Okay, so it would be a 21 from me then.
Okay. This is a really low DC. I think even with disadvantage, you guys are fine. I probably
Yeah,
just
that
jinxed
spell
it.
resistance is saving my ass from my
19.
stupid dice.
What did Orebeth?
12.
Okay. You passed. I told you it was low DC.
That's the lowest I could roll for wisdom saves.
Okay. Good thing you passed that. All right. You head up to the top and you see a seemingly endless staircase.
I shuffle up it backwards.
Huh?
It opens up to the outside of the mountain. As you see, this is the stairway you saw going up the mountain to the
Okay.
top.
Okay. Keep close. Nobody wants to slip.
I fly above the ground
Mm.
because, yeah, I'm not walking if we're outside. Not in my condition. It's not going to happen.
I don't think I'm going to slip anytime soon with my acrobatics.
Well, I don't fucking know, okay? Some of us have a -1 to fucking dex, okay? Yeah.
So who's all flying?
I am.
Over.
Not me. Actually, yeah, I'll go Raven form and then fly.
Okay. There's patches of your skin that show as your
Yeah.
feathers molted a lot more than they should.
Gross. I am taking the stairs the long way.
Yep.
No, it's good. It is good calisthenics. I say as I'm wheezing, considering I'm dying of fucking radiation poisoning.
Fun, huh?
Yeah, it's super great.
Okay, so you guys head up this stairway. Cold wind blowing up here. Orebeth seems to be using this wind itself to keep him flying, but he's doing because he's sick and flying. It's kind of like this hover thing. It was like a perfect hover, but now it's just like Fairy the Odd Parents hover, where you're bobbing up and down.
Strangely hypnotic.
Every 5 minutes, he just keels over to puke down the mountain.
Yep.
You eventually get to a the stairs just seem to come to an end ahead of you, heading frankly into the mountain face. You can feel a slight chill breeze blowing through the wall of the mountain. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. This is for any level, so they let level 1s figure out this is a secret door.
Holy
There's a secret
shit.
door.
A level 1 character would be dead by now.
Oh, yeah.
50
all of
damage
them.
from an explosion. Yeah.
Yep.
We all died on the spaceship.
They would have died in the farm.
Yeah. I am walking closer to the door and rubbing my hands together for prestidigitation because it's pretty damn cold. And I basically just have a cloak.
Okay.
You said there's a secret door?
Should you check it for traps? I mean,
Sure.
I would say an investigation check, but you guys are high enough level, you know there's a hidden door. But it seems to be a magical one. As you check for traps, there's no traps. At least not any non-magical ones.
Seems fine.
Okay.
Will it detect magic?
Sure. I guess detect
And
magic.
imagine we both do it at the same time.
And
Probably, yeah.
now that I think about it, none of you talked on your way up the stairway.
No, not really.
Not really, no.
As you touch this side of the wall, it opens
Oh,
magically.
okay.
I look back at the group of you and I go,
I start using Drow sign
Okay.
language. Okay, I'm cool with that. Let's go.
Can we understand him? Probably not.
Nope.
Oh, wait,
It's
shit.
not writing,
hang on.
so I don't know.
Sign languages work on
Should,
Yeah, it should.
unless it's very what's the word? Ableist.
that? Yeah.
"Mhm."
I'm trying to think of
I
any
just
language
give a
that
thumbs
doesn't.
up because it doesn't make me speak it, just understand it.
Yeah.
I think the only languages that doesn't work on are languages that are only written and not spoken.
So the
I think it doesn't
language I
work
made up on my
Cipher.
steampunk planet.
What would tell you what the cipher says doesn't mean it gives you the meaning
Like,
Yeah.
behind the cipher.
Well,
It's like
let's look
thieves
at it.
can't. You can understand thieves can't. You just don't know.
We don't know what
I
I'm
understand the literal
Yeah.
meaning of any
Yeah.
any spoken language, and if I touch it, I understand the written language.
You're like, let's run away from Bob. You think we're just running from Bob?
okay, you notice
Hmm.
as you're casting this and you're looking around at all the druid runes that were on stuff and everything, they seem to be all of them like maybe this was a trial of some kind for druids as you're going up this stairway, and it seems like as you're unlike the runes in the antechamber you guys initially started in, these ones are of a story, and they're talking about how just very paraphrasing this, silence is the key to peace and tranquility in nature.
Oh yes, it's like the 7,000 steps. Got it.
And one who knows and understands the peace of silence will be able to ascend.
Oh, good thing.
Something like that. And you all coincidentally passed without realizing it.
Scott, there's a message to you in the Zoom chat.
Oh, I see how it is.
Just because we're tired and ready to puke our guts out and don't feel like talking.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pass notes to a player. Give me a second.
Secret.
Secret tunnel.
Tell no one. Secrets.
I point towards the cave and I kind of nod like,
You hear all that like at that
Really wish
Mr.
I
Orebeth.
picked up that boon with the telepathic bond.
that last one it said just repeats over and over and over in your head until you disconnect yourself with it. It's shouting it.
Bitch.
Yeah, so I guess we go in through the secret door.
You open up the door, and it leads to... Well, it opened itself. And you see you are at the crest of the peak of the mountain, and the snow and wind that were on your way up here just seems to stop, leaving you in a crisp winter air. The rock formations up here at the peak seem to shelter this plateau from all but the worst of weather. Nestled in the center of the outcrop is a strange cylinder-like metal tube, possibly the thing that you saw that was shiny, with an open metal door unhinged on the front. Resting against the device, a gnome skeleton lies, clutching a single piece of paper in its dead hands.
I'm gonna use
Can
mage
I read
hand.
the paper?
I was gonna say I'm gonna use mage hand to pluck that paper out and get it closer.
Yeah.
A spooky skeleton hand is just like you hear the xylophone as the hand appears. Grabs the note.
Skeleton.
Spooky, scary mage hand. Yep.
Or no, just that mix between xylophone and a trombone, and just like
Yeah.
hit. Hands you. It's a very big boned hand. The paper reads as thus in common. This being the last Jesus Christ. This being the last testament. Or no, I got the good voice for this. This be the last testament of Sparkwright, engineer of haphazard and free gnome. I have failed. I have betrayed my captain and my friends to reach this blasted plateau. I know my device will work. I can feel it. It can only take one, of course. It won't work for more than one. Even as I relish in my success, the joy withers in my heart. I can feel the sickness growing in me. I must have caught it from the others before I began to climb. The irony, to complete the greatest work of my life and die unable to use it. If anyone should find this, I beg you, turn away. If you are infected with the horror of this world, it wants you to leave. It wants to leave this world using you as a vessel to infect countless other worlds. Do not allow it. You must not allow it. Or the fate of this place will be the fate of your world and countless others. Signed, Sparkwright. The greatest engineer in the multiverse. Or no, in wild space.
First name Kobe.
So looking around, do we see those druid runes in this particular area saying something about being quiet and not speaking?
No.
Okay, so it looks like if we...
It appears that door was the end of the trial.
Okay, it looks like that might be the way out, but if we take it while we're diseased, we'll carry this plague back to wherever we go.
And it can only take one.
Well,
At this point, Orebeth falls to his knees. As he has uncontrollable muscle spasms, and his speed is reduced to 0.
His
The
what
rest-
is?
His
Speed.
speed is reduced to 0. Your vision is blurry now, Orebeth. You can just barely see people in front of you. You can barely lift up your limbs. They feel very
which
weak.
one of us isn't getting on the device?
Everybody else starts losing their hair and vomiting
No,
up
my
blood.
bald head.
Do I think if I cure his disease, if I'll suffer the same effect he did?
You're not sure,
Where
but
it'll make it worse?
all of your hit point maximums are halved. Orebeth, you're thinking within the next hour you'll probably die from this disease.
I check out the cylinder. I'll examine it.
Okay, this is really complex. This is more complex than anything else that you have seen in the ship. It seems that this gnome engineer was not lying that this was the greatest thing he's ever created. You'll have to pass 6 checks to figure out how to get this thing working again.
Which check?
Intelligence.
What's the DC?
It depends on what your total is what the results are. There's no DC for this one.
Oh, okay.
This functions kind of like the alien tech rolls in the Dungeon Master Guide. But he took a few liberties, so it's not exactly the same.
Can this
Do
be
you want
investigation?
a post-it note to write down your totals?
I'll allow investigation for this.
What's the number I need to hit?
He said there isn't one. Just roll.
Ooh, wait. Your unreliable talent, what would that knock at a minimum of?
My minimum is 17 per check.
Okay. After 36 seconds of flawless 6 out of 6 checks with his unreliable talent with investigation, you figure out how to get this escape pod to work.
Do you think you've got it, or do you need me
You
to
think
try
this
and
was
cast
part of-
identify on it?
Because of your uncanny talent, you figure out that this might have been part of the ship before, the equivalent of like the escape pod for the ship, but it's been removed and heavily modified. But you figured out how to get it to work.
Is there a way for all of us, to shove in there?
It is impossible. You'd barely be able to cram one person in there.
For
Even
what
if
it's
they
worth,
polymorph into worms? Yeah, polymorph into worm.
You think it could fit them, yes. Just one medium-sized humanoid
Mass
would be able to fit in
polymorph?
here.
No, one polymorph each.
God, I can cast it on one of us. I
Does
think
anybody have a bag of holding? Shit. Left mine at home.
I do. Hang on, let me. Polymorphous concentration. What about in? Damn it, in large reduces as well.
Yeah. I mean, I can Raven form, but that's probably not small enough.
Can
Raven
either of
form
you
might be
make
able to-
yourself smaller?
If a person could fit, then
Ah.
Raven form might fit with a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, I can cast polymorph. I can make one of us small. She can make herself small. It's the two of you we can't make smaller.
So, I got an idea.
And either way, we might even not want to leave because we can't. Like the note said, we probably should.
You know when you were repairing it and stuff, that once you activate it, it'll have a countdown and it does everything automatically on itself. No one needs to pilot this.
I got an idea. Who here?
I'm all ears.
Us all?
I mean, I trust you guys. You seem relatively. What are you doing?
Pull out my dagger.
What are you doing?
So we all got money back home, right?
Oh, okay. But if we go home, we're gonna carry this disease home, and we'll break our world.
Ysha,
No.
you know
We won't?
if you guys die here, your souls will stay here.
Yeah, I would know that.
But how do we get out without taking this disease back home?
Orebeth, you can still cast spells and stuff. You just can't move.
Do I think that my divine connection with my God is at least still to some level functioning?
Yeah.
So I think that Talos could hear me if I asked for help.
Actually, I think at this point, even though you're just borderline dying at this point, popping in and out of consciousness, you've realized now that you haven't been talking to Talos at all. You've been talking to whatever the Stark Lord is, and that you can't talk to your God. When you try to, it talks to this thing instead.
Coach Talos is a dick.
I
So-
smile a bloody tooth smile and I go, "You go ahead. I'll be fine."
But no, you won't.
I cough up more blood and I go, "No. I'll be fine."
If we go,
Okay, so
we'll doom our
can you
world.
two polymorph? You turn into a raven. We can try to shove in there.
But that's the thing. If we go,
Yeah.
we'll doom wherever we go. Everyone will die, including us.
Says who? A gnome that couldn't escape? We
Because he
carry a
died.
Yeah, we carry a disease that's incurable thanks to the domain and the dick powers. Once we leave, they have no power over us.
Can we do some kind of check to see if that makes sense? Would it be like
No.
Arcana or religion or?
No, you're at the point where you guys are making a decision yourselves, and all you hear is silence as you try to think of anything else. On the insights.
You have
and
a
stuff.
message?
The universe is silent as you guys debate on what you do. It is purely up to you at this point. No more rolls, on at least in that regard, of knowledge checks.
I send you a message.
Yeah, I'm looking.
So, choices, because if nobody chooses, I'm down.
You can't doom your world. We don't know.
I know.
What's your plan if you kill everyone that you encounter?
Then someone's going to come and try to kill me. I'll just become a immortal of entropy. You'll be fine. As I'm backing up. towards the tunnel.
I'm going to move around and put myself between you and it.
So you want to go?
No,
go.
I don't. We can't kill an entire world just because we want to go home. You don't even know how far you'll make it. For all you know, as soon as you get back home, you'll kill over and die. And everyone who encounters your body afterwards will get this, and then everyone dies.
Okay. And if I stay here, I will die.
Blake, roll me
If
a
we
d100.
stay here, we might be able to take this thing out.
Huh?
Take that thing out.
Whatever's doing this, there's something here that's talking to him.
Blake, roll me a d100.
Okay.
As he seems to be delirious, and he's just talking to himself as his eyes are closed.
54.
54, okay. You feel like you can move again, but it hurts a lot.
I don't care. I stand up.
He stands up like he's a zombie. You hear like bones cracking and stuff.
Go.
Well, unless you guys want to go. See ya.
And I use that ability I just told you.
Yeah, that ability is why you're moving.
I'm gonna reach forward and try and grab the rogue.
Roll initiatives.
That also at disadvantage? Yeah, it's a
Yes, it
it's
is.
an ability check.
Yes, it is actually.
damn.
I have advantage though because my weapon of warding. So it's just straight. So a 15.
20.
God damn you.
Ysha, what are you doing?
She's just watching. She's just observing this whole thing.
Okay. Blake, are you going in on this?
What did you get on? Oh,
Yeah, give me your initiative then, Orebeth.
at disadvantage.
Yep. This is the first time I've had initiative rolled at disadvantage. Interesting.
4.
Okay. Canary, what are you doing?
Well, since no one else wants to leave, apparently, I just go into the pod and hit the button.
Orebeth, speaking is a reaction, or not even an action. You can just say something right now as he's doing that.
If you leave, it goes with you.
I'm yelling. I'm saying stop, but I don't go until after you. You're too quick for me.
It's like, what choice do we have?
At this point, Orebeth looks like a zombie.
I turn to Orebeth. If it leaves, can we kill it?
No. If you leave, it goes with you. It does not stop feeding.
You could swear you can hear two voices talking when he says that.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I can't. You go into it and you push the button. I can't do anything.
I just look to you and I go, I will go. The realm
Go
should
where?
dissipate when I leave. You will all leave just fine.
But where will you do?
Wherever
Well,
I go.
Could you go to like an empty plane?
Okay, there's
or
only
to,
so
like,
much
hell,
time. Come on,
or-
people.
His this is all still during your turn, Canary. I'm giving liberties on this. What are you doing on your turn?
If no one wants to go,
I mean, he
don't.
did just
If-
say that if he leaves, then all of us will be free.
Orebeth's hand is going towards the cylinder.
I get out. Go on. You want to go?
Okay, he gets in. You know what button to press, Canary. He doesn't.
I can change. How does it know where to go?
It looks like it's set to a predetermined navigation where it's just going to shoot up and out.
I look back at you and I go, show me how to leave.
Like this.
You press a button.
Yeah.
Shit, I was gonna cast a spell on him before he leaves.
You press
but-
the button, and in Gnomish, it starts the countdown, kind of like the ship. But the
Is there a door
hatch
that-
closes and stuff.
As it's closing, you hear Orebeth say, blessed be chaos.
If I can, I'm asking where are you going, and then I'm gonna cast protection from evil on you.
And I'm going to do Death Ward. when it's
Protection
my
from
turn.
evil and death ward both use their spell slots and fail immediately.
Fuck.
Cool.
Right
Awesome.
before the door closes, you're fairly certain you heard Orebeth say, holy destruction upon us all.
And the cylinder looks like it's going to go off in another round.
I back away.
Yeah,
Back away.
same.
Okay.
I look at Ysha, I'm like, do you think there's a thing here?
It blasts off into the sky, trailing
Team
fire
Rocket.
and smoke. The cylinder soon disappears from view. Out of sight, and out of sound, and out of mind. As all of you collapse on the ground, unable to move your bodies anymore, as your movement is now 0.
Okay.
You can still talk. As you're sitting on top of this plateau, on top of this wintry mountain.
I'm gonna curl to the edge and look down over this area and see if I see anything
You don't even have the
changing.
strength to move
Ah,
your
okay.
body to crawl. Vision's blurry, knees heavy, palms sweaty.
Mom spaghetti.
You're pretty sure you already vomited up all of Mom's spaghetti and most of the blood in your body.
Hopefully,
You can still
whatever
cast.
he's doing works.
You can still cast spells.
I don't have anything we can do. No spells are useful against any of this shit.
What is everyone's, except for Orebeth's, dying words? You do anything because you know you're dying right now. You got minutes. Do you say nothing? Do you keep the sound of silence?
Fuck.
You don't have the energy for that either.
Do I think if I created one hell of an explosion that it might prevent this from bringing anybody else here?
You're not sure. At this point, you're so delirious you can't even think of plain stuff that you've read in books.
'Cause I
Nobody
don't-
tried to plane shift. Can anyone plane shift?
Don't function the domains.
It
It's
doesn't.
not supposed to, but I took
so.
something with me that probably would have been.
They don't know that.
Well, the thing is, if this functions like most domains, I'm fine. Soon.
I. Yeah,
I sent you another message, Scott. I'm not sure if you saw it.
Okay, I'll send you a response.
Yeah, I was considering breaking my staff of the Magi, but for all I know, it won't do anything except kill the rest of you, and might actually send me to a plane and poison that.
It's a pity two of you don't have bags of holding. You put them inside each other and go to the astral plane. Bag of holding inside a bag of holding.
We don't know that, and even if we did, for all we know, we're just dooming it. The rest, no.
So you guys don't
Althea's
say
just laying
anything.
down in the snow, and I'm like pulling out Chance, and I'm gonna.
Do I
I'm
have-
gonna use my last.
Your familiar is now dead, lifeless in your weak hand as you're barely able to lift it out.
She just starts crying. She's just laying in the snow
Raise
crying.
my hand, flip the eye patch, and go.
Flick off Vecna one last time.
Ysha, what do you do? You just accept this? You're just fully
Yeah,
in acceptance?
It's this was the Raven Queen's will. If it wasn't, she wouldn't have let it happen.
You have a brief flashback to the beginning where she said, "It's time."
Yeah.
Mm.
She doesn't know what else she could have done, so she
Thinking
just
in my
takes
head,
it.
Gods are dicks.
They are.
Not my world.
Beware, I am the dick god.
The god phallus.
Has no gods.
That should be a Greek god. I'm surprised it's not.
I think there might be.
It's Zeus. Yeah, I know.
If there was a god of dicks, it would be Zeus.
It would definitely be Zeus.
Oops, knocked over that mountain range. I turned around. Whoops. Anyway, so you three slowly lose consciousness.
I'm just gonna reach out and
And
to any of the rest of you.
Yeah. You
And
should
just
will
so-
kind of take your hand and comfortingly pat it, like it's okay. This was meant to happen.
Hopefully, he kills whatever it is.
And after she says that, all sound seems to muffle out into nothingness. Your eyes completely give out. Just see black. And you all die.
Like a true vision. I can see through death.
You can't
Passive
see through
perception.
death.
As I go thinking, boy, I sabotaged that bot. He's gonna suck soon.
Did you seriously?
I'm the Canary. I probably would
That's
have.
fair.
I'm a
you
neutral evil bastard.
You did not state you did or that you wanted to, so you fixed it.
I'm always thinking evil things.
Well, too late for that now.
How to steal an apple from a kid.
Orebeth, you launch into the clouds when your consciousness fades, just like theirs. Narration to the audience,
Number 2.
as everyone is now dead. Meanwhile, out in a wasteland, a shining light comes in through the sky as a metal cylinder flies down and crashes in front of a group of traveling warforged in the desert. And the hatch opens, revealing a black, withered skeleton, very little patches of hair, very faint, fluffy coat that isn't so fluffy anymore. And as they go to look at it and they're investigating it and stuff, you get like the sad orchestral music and stuff, and it's just looking at Orebeth. Orebeth, what did you like go Viking funeral and your hands are like this?
Oh yeah.
Okay. After
Clutched onto the sides of my like cloak that went with my big fluffy outfit.
there is an elf with them, and as they're exploring your pod and stuff, the elf coughs, and it fades to black. And that was the sound of silence. Everybody died. And Ebron is probably dead now too.
Well, just an interesting note. The Dark Powers don't let Dark Lords leave. They probably would just pull them right back.
You're not sure.
Didn't
It
let
ended
them-
on a cliffhanger.
I was saying
Right.
that's how every edition, except for maybe, I don't know, 4th, does it.
Oh, for all we know, that it poisons everyone else and then it drags him back.
Oh yeah, but it's going to suck for him.
All of your souls are consumed by this disease.
I don't think mine would be. It's probably going to be consumed by something different.
Oh, yeah, you're probably consumed by Vecna.
Meanwhile,
Gotcha, bitch.
meanwhile, off in a far-off castle floating somewhere in the astral plane, we'll say, I don't know, Vecna's like, what? What? As he gets really mad as he realizes the soul that he was supposed to get didn't go to him.
It's more like, fuck my eyes,
And his
motherfucker.
and that eye you stole does not come back.
Vecna is now missing both.
The true final fuck you.
As he goes, fuck you, Canary, with his stub where his hand was.
He brings up the other hand. Fuck!
The Canary is just like, he's dead, and there's like one hand that's more shriveled up and dead than the other, and it's actually a hand of Vecna, and it's the one he did the finger with.
He pulls out the other hand of Vecna. He's got both Vecna's hands in his pocket.
But
Now you're blind and have no
and
hand.
then also, in a far-off castle in Shadowfell, the Raven Queen sits on her throne and sighs.
What a dick.
Mhm.
And that's it. That's the end.
Wow. Was that
For those,
expedition to the barrier reefs?
Very peace.
The
That's not it.
Oh, okay.
Might be influenced a little bit, but that's
Yeah.
not it.
the this adventure, one-shot adventure in the DM's Guild, is called Solace in Silence. It is a
Alrighty.
Ravenloft adventure for characters of any level.
Yeah, that's not any level.
No. Yeah, considering we died and we're 20th level, there's no way to survive
The
that.
first thing it says on the DM's Guild description, in all caps, is your players will die in this. They make it very clear right out the bat. It's meant to kill
in
them.
general, I don't like this module. The fact that it essentially is just you die,
It's kind of a bummer.
it's not fun. It's like you go in, okay, whatever, I'm going to die.
I would have preferred if there was a way that we could like blow something up as one last fuck you to take out this thing so that it doesn't bring anybody back.
That and it technically, probably because 5th edition people keep forgetting things. There are certain rules of the domains, and it violates a few.
Those rules that were violated were ones I did. The adventure itself says, canonically, the thing shouldn't work because the disease is with you, but it is up to you as the DM what happens with the ship, with the escape pod.
Well, I was referring to the fact that
It wouldn't let the disease leave. If the disease is what's being trapped here.
yeah, the domain lord, only one has escaped under the on violation, and he broke the rules.
Also, Orebeth was actually dead when he was talking to you.
I got that.
Really?
Divine intervention.
He already succumbed. That was the last thing you did. That was your last breath.
I wanted to take it with me, so I tried to bind the thing to me with my divine intervention and then just go. This one last, fuck you to whatever was trapping you there. His idea was that by leaving with it, that you would be free and be okay to leave, like the realm of dread would dissipate. So he tried to use his divine intervention to bind it to him and then stand up and leave with it.
Yeah.
Which is why he was just get into the escape pod and launch away.
Yeah.
That was a noble idea, but everybody had it, so it technically was
Is there
still
any
in its
way?
realm.
There was no way to not get it though.
Nope.
That's the thick thing.
Like the moment you're there, you all die. That's just how it ends.
Because
A better way to have done it would have been to reward the diligence of the players who kept silent through the chambers to get to the top, as a way of maybe they can escape because they passed the test. They didn't talk. They were silent. So
or what would have
honestly,
happened if we weren't silent?
the concept of the entire thing.
A bunch of magical effects would happen on the stairs, and you guys would have more likely than not fell off of it, but all you have ways of flying, so I was like, that it won't.
And I had featherfall too.
Yeah.
the other thing is there was no.
Mechanically speaking, it would have been better for them to have made it something that was fixable than something that auto-killed you no matter what.
Yeah.
Because then there was at least a chance that maybe even a ghost's chance in hell, but a chance that you could win.
Everything
in
up
some
to
way.
that though.
If
was
Orebeth wouldn't have gained that extra level of exhaustion, you could have cured yourself when you left.
Oh, with my divine intervention.
Yeah.
The other thing is there's no foe to fight. There was no way to fight it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
honestly,
was kind of hoping we'd release a domain lord and I could fucking break my staff, which would have done. So, fun fact, if I got right up next to that thing, it would have taken 8 times 4,700 points of damage. Or no, 8 times 47 damage, I think. No, 8 times.
I'm like, what are you reading? Jeez.
It's still 8, it's still a lot.
Yeah, but
Yeah, no.
On that note,
37,600 damage. That would have been a lot of damage.
376 damage is still probably enough to take out most things.
that's a bomb of force that could possibly destroy a dragon turtle, I've heard of.
It's a staff of the Magi cracked over a knee. It's a
Right.
kill everything in the room.
it's the wizard's last resort. It's the wizard's last resort.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, honestly, some last fight or some last skill challenge of some kind to win and then leave
Would have been nice.
and did better.
Even if we died in like an epic, I would have been fine dying epically.
I said there was a very little chance of combat in this. And that little chance of combat would have been if you guys fought over the pod.
I considered it. If the Canary had tried to get in there, I would have stopped him. I would have probably fought you. Because I trusted Obereth. I thought that he could stop it. I thought him leaving would do it.
I divine intervention to do it, and there's
But
no
the
chance
Canary
my
leaving,
divine
I would have
intervention.
fought him. That's
Yeah.
the other thing. Being a lawful good character in here is kind of a dick because there's no way I would leave.
I mean, welcome to Ravenloft.
If I think I'm dooming a lore, an entire plane by escaping, there's no way I would. Even if it means that my soul never gets to go
But-
too soon.
Yeah, overall, the fact that the module is essentially you enter, you die.
Yeah,
There's
it's a little bit of a
no
bummer.
nothing. That's not great. Ravenloft doesn't actually operate like that.
Cure
I know
disease.
where people got this notion that Ravenloft is a
No, it
prison of auto
usually
death.
it
Cure
usually
disease should have
your
worked.
soul there.
Thing is, even your soul, other than Curse of Strahd, the fifth module, your souls could go to the afterlife. Because anything
Oh, they
greater
could?
than a demigod,
Oh yeah.
the dark powers have no power over. They come and get your souls if you're worthy of going to the afterlife.
Isn't that
Yeah,
how
that would've
Vecna
taken-
broke
Okay,
it?
okay,
Oh my God.
okay, okay,
That's
okay,
what we figured
okay,
out.
okay. Redux on the epilogue. The Raven Queen is in her throne, and she pulls open Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. She's like, oh, and she just throws it behind her, and it just turns to dust. Ysha's soul appears in her castle, and she sends it off.
See,
Oh,
one of us made it.
yay.
Asmodeus, still internally bleeding from the wounds that he suffered at a time before time itself from the higher plane, upper plane gods, is just there alone on his circle of hell. When suddenly, his little Twitch bits jar of souls that he really, really wants and just wants to keep to himself, he hears like a ding, 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 ding. And that's when the Canary soul lands in there.
What the hell am I doing here?
What did you do to Vecna?
No, I'm neutral evil. I should have went to the other plane. Why am I here? We don't have gods on my planet.
There's just like a marble just yelling.
Me and
angrily.
Vecna.
Vecna shows up.
He pulls up the jar and looks at you and says, "Me and Vecna made a deal."
He's like, ha, ha, ha. What the fuck? Where's my rod? Shit! Find that asshole again.
He's so Rod of Osmosis plowing Steiny's soul.
While he's
love
talking to the jar, it just disappears. What the?
Actually, no, wait. This would make more sense. You think you're in a jar, but you realize that you're in the ruby of the rod.
Shit. It's gonna be a while before I get out
Just
of
be
this.
like, damn, it's gonna be really hard to steal the rod when I am the rod.
200 years later, I gotta get rid of this guy. He's too fucking annoying. He's talking to me constantly.
Meanwhile, on Mount Celestia, Silverheart, you wake up and you're only wearing a white robe, as you seem to be laying on an endless, calm lake, just water. And you go to get up, and you're immediately greeted by a dog, then more dogs, and then a bunch of dogs. All these dogs, you realize immediately, are spirits of deceased dogs in their heaven.
Oh, I'm gonna
As,
hug them.
as a hound archon, their angel equivalent, flies down to meet you and
I
says,
don't think he would. I think he would go to the Beastlands, but I am looking in the sky for Chance.
Chance
What
disappear.
happens to a familiar? Oh. I just immediately hug him. I've got like dog in one hand and Chance in the other.
And the hound archon comes up to you and says, "Welcome home."
Is it gone? Did we kill it?
Closes its eyes and nods.
She's
Meanwhile, the
her
other Hound
insight is
Archons-
fucking terrible.
Good alive.
I have a +0 to insight. There is no way my ass can roll higher.
Eberron. Nobody gives a shit about that place.
This is I think the fourth level of Mount Celestia or something. It's literally like where all the hound archons and all the archons are at.
Oh,
And
we don't have
says-
the map up anymore.
And it says that's where dogs go. Good aligned dogs go.
So hold on.
So there's literally a heaven for dogs. It's all dogs do go to heaven, yes.
Yes.
I love it.
I love it.
Blink dogs are here too.
No, they're so good.
Getting attacked by celestial puppies. Oh my god!
Ysha.
That's so wonderful.
You get resurrected by the Raven Queen as she molds your soul into a new body. And you become a Shatterkai. You keep everything else you had before.
Like,
You're still a Raven, but you are a
Yay.
Shatterkai instead of an Asmer.
You feel the strange desire to get piercings in your arm, like 4 of
Yeah.
them on each side, giant rings for no explainable reason.
Yes. I'm goth Ysha now. My final form.
She somehow got like 8 nose bridges.
All the way down the nose.
My nose gets longer so I can put more piercings in
Just
it.
put more piercings in it.
Oh, you have one of those like raven kind of masks.
Ooh, yeah, like the plague doctor mask.
Yeah.
Orebeth.
Yeah. That's rad.
Orebeth. You wake up hearing the crashing of ocean on a rocky shore.
It was a weird escape pod.
You realize immediately that you are dead. This is the
I
afterlife.
died. Okay. Well, that explains it.
Brother, I see that you've made it. Says,
Blessed
"Hey,
be chaos.
blessed be chaos. There's giants over there. Let's go battle them. Here, and he gives you a battle axe.
Ah, blessed be destruction. And I fly off that direction.
Woo! And then there's just like an army of Viking dudes and Valkyries and stuff fighting an army of giants of all kinds, including storm giants. And you just go and have your eternal battle for.
As I'm like flying through the air with my axe, I cast Storm Rage and chuck the axe with a lightning bolt out of my eyes at the nearest giant.
The storm giant catches it and is like, "Nice throw, my turn." Woo! And you're just like,
And there's some Greek guy with red tattoos and chain swords that's like,
He just screams Ares all the time and runs around.
the ocean that this mountain valley borders that their war was going on. Just way in the distance, out in the crashing shores, there's an island, and there just seems to be this ever full moon above the island. As there seems to be a turtle there, and he's just like drawing something, and he just
Meta!
looks, and he swears he could just hear, he heard like a thunderbolt clap in the distance at the mountain valley range.
I will meet Kame and Yitzgard.
Okay, there. I give you guys a happier ending.
Yes.
Yeah.
That does make more sense. I did find it very weird that Ravenloft was like, it traps all souls in it no matter what, forever.
yeah, that's a 5e thing.
Okay.
Because there's an item, Horn of the Valkyries, that the old book specifically says that if you use it too often, a greater god from Ysgard comes down, grabs all the Vikings and stuff, gives you the finger
And leaves.
your ass because you keep summoning his soldiers. If you do it for a awesome cause, he lets you live, or the god lets you live, like summoning for battle. But if you're frivolous about it, or just summon them for shits and giggles, they will smite you.
He's like, kobolds?
And he
Really?
derps out,
Kobolds?
Like, why would they not?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you summoned him to defeat a Dark Lord. Awesome. I'm grabbing these guys. See you later.
I put into the
Goblins.
chat that it'd be awesome if Althea and Ysha running to each other again as like ascended patrons of their god.
Yeah.
But like
Totally
battle
possible.
crews.
This won't matter because you guys won't be playing these characters anymore unless I find another epic level campaign for these characters.
That would
Or
be
just-
awesome.
Create a
Um,
one shot.
But I'm
Uh,
thinking I got reincarnated at level 1. Like I'm a level
Possibly.
1 shot.
Technically, if you used the gate spell, you know Orbeth's name, and you could summon him with the gate spell, and he would have to show up. Just saying. You know his name, and he is a patron of another realm. If you went, Gate, Orebeth, then Orebeth would just walk through.
He'd be like, peace.
Are we blowing something up?
Ah, Orebeth, brother, it is I, Thor, son of Odin.
Now I've got to find another
Holy
like level
destruction
20
above us all.
adventure.
Holy destruction indeed. As you both do like the Predator high five, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
and there's
Lightning
literal thunder wave. You do like a thunder wave, but it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt either of you because you're both
Right.
immune and you have the same
Canary
epic move.
Go away.
Yeah.
The Canary, meanwhile, where the hell did that fucker go again?
Just constantly playing hide and seek with Vecna.
Yes.
Asmodeus. Huh?
You can't escape.
I can try.
Watch me.
Just be like, where the fuck is he? And you're like hiding behind the throne. It's just like that one prisoner that always escapes, and the guards are like, you know what, you're funny and clever enough that I kind of don't mind. So like he lets you go on an adventure, and then when you're done, when he's had enough, he'll come and like just plop you up and kill. Like, okay, come on, we're going home,
It's like
and
that
just drag you
random
back in chains.
If the
animal
canary,
that just disappears, so you have to tie a balloon on him.
if the canary somehow escapes a beyond 9th level imprisonment spell in the Ruby Rod of Asmodeus, Asmodeus is gonna let you go. You'll find that very amusing.
Doesn't imprisonment have a clause? Like there has to be a way you can get out.
If
It's Asmodeus,
you were,
That's
I'm
fair.
sure his clause is pretty hard to come by.
That's fair.
it is, but if somebody speaks your true name after they open a gate spell, they technically can summon you, but they have to know your true name. You can call forth any being you know the true name of if you know its true name.
Oh god,
What is the
how
fake name?
scary would that be if someone
Yeah.
knew the canary's true name? Because they wouldn't summon
Yeah.
him. They
No,
would summon
would.
Asmodeus.
Yes, they would.
Hey, what's up? You were Asmodeus the whole time? Yes.
Ysha would not be surprised.
Oh, of course.
I don't know that we would believe that though, considering all the smack talk you said about gods.
Oh yeah.
Then again, there's a difference between working for Asmodeus and respecting Asmodeus. You
Yeah.
might just hate him, but also work for him
Well-
because you don't always get to pick your employer.
Oh, we're still
Right.
aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, Mystara doesn't actually have gods. It has immortals, which are ascended mortals, adventurers who get so powerful they just keep ascending as immortals.
You just
And
keep
they
stealing
worship
enough shit in the
5 concepts: entropy, force, element, something, time, and it's these 5 forces that they view control the universe. And all immortals align to one of these forces.
You're just enough of a
I'm-
pain in the ass of Asmodeus's butt that they just come back and adopt him. He's like, he's a demigod of ours now.
That's our next 20th level event. Save the
Go
canary
find the
from hell.
canary. I'm
Yeah,
actually into
yeah.
that.
I'll
Our
just
next
run.
one-
I'll just run Paladin in Hell, but it'll just be the canary instead of a paladin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
perfect.
do it.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got any plugs? Because we're still going, by the way.
Yeah.
We apologize to our 5 viewers.
Yeah.
Now you know behind the scenes. This is what we talk about in post.
Right.
Kind
Our
of, yeah.
bad. Our bad. Tomorrow morning, 9, we have Reign of Misrule with me, Scott, and Katrina.
And Jesse.
Yeah, but he's
And
not.
Io will be there as well, right?
Yes, and
Yeah.
Alexis.
And Alexis, yes.
And one day, Maddie might guest star.
Yeah, I might guest one day. We'll see.
Yes,
Not this week.
we'd love to have you.
At 9 in the morning
Supposedly,
here.
it's supposed to be a little more exciting tomorrow, a little less tavern simulator. Supposedly.
At 9 in the morning on a Sunday here, what would that be for you? 9 at night on a
Like
Monday?
9 p.m.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
because that's the slot. That's the slot we used to have for a thing we can't talk about.
Okay.
I nearly said the name.
I don't remember it.
I don't know if it's out yet. The module we were playtesting.
Oh, serving the
Oh.
squash?
No, the other one.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
no, that
it's
one's
not
not out
yet,
yet.
no.
That one's not out yet.
Yeah,
No.
I nearly like name dropped the title. but I shouldn't have.
We play tested another thing. I don't know that they'll ever release that one, but we can
They're
at least
working on
talk
it.
about it when it's released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, I don't know
anyway.
whether we'll release a video of us playing.
Oh yeah.
That's what I meant.
And-
Yeah. No,
and-
I know they're going to release it. I think Florian said it's going to be a little later than he
They're
expected.
still working
but-
on finishing the art, so.
yeah.
On that note, we're going to call it a night. So,
Anyway.
Sorry.
see you guys
guys.
tomorrow.
Lol,
back.
bye fam.
Bye.